It is our mission to embrace the ideal that our show shall always strive to requests. It is our mission to offend as many people as we can in the shortest time possible. We shall always remember that no matter how pointless and stupid the things we say are, we shall present them in such a way that they will be lessons that will last a lifetime. We shall strive always to do nothing and to be mean. We shall strive mightily to always be the #1 morning show in Salt Lake, or, if not that, the #2 morning show, or at least somewhere in the top 15 or 20 morning shows. At least once a year, we shall go to someone's home, and we shall eat really good food, and we'll make you wish that you could be there to share it with us. And finally, it is our mission to always remind the listeners that we never lie, and we're always right. So let it be written, so let it be done.
I see the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
I have. Oh, okay. All right. On this day.
On this day,
Yeah.
Michael Stipe was born.
Where was he born?
Probably Georgia. He is 58. Lead singer of REM. Weren't they going to do a reunion tour?
Well, half of them are dead.
What do you mean half of them are dead?
Well, one of them's dead.
One of them is dead.
One,
There's
Gina.
4 in the
One.
band. That's just the fourth of them.
Half of them are dead.
Half of them are dead.
Oh, I thought they were going to do a reunion tour.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But so
Anyway.
I parked my car this morning.
Yes.
And there's usually almost nothing in the parking lot when I park there. No car, usually no cars, or maybe one or two.
Mm-hmm.
But there are, I guess a half a dozen or more identical, brand new pickup trucks with the Sunrock logo on them, which is a building material company.
I was gonna say, that means they're going to knock something down.
Well, they're brand new. The
trucks are brand new.
The trucks are brand new.
Okay.
And they're shiny and clean and I'm just kind of odd to see them all there in the parking lot. But I figured it out. I think.
What's that?
It's probably they were probably dropped off there by a hauler.
Mm-hmm.
They were brought in from somewhere and dropped off there, and the Sunrock people will come and pick them up today, I would guess. But it was just kind of interesting to see all these identical. It was also interesting to walk into work today, and I walk in and I see Gina, and I think, I wonder what she's doing after work.
Not a thing.
You thought
Taking
that?
a
Come
nap.
on, no, come on.
Taking
You
a nap.
are not wearing that top.
I wear this all the time.
Just really?
I just got it back from the cleaners. Yeah.
You
It's
don't
just
wear it to work usually, do you?
I've seen it a couple of times.
All right. It looks to me a little too. You don't usually dress. It's a kind of sexy looking.
It's a sweatshirt.
It's a sexy looking top, and I have never noticed it before.
Well, you don't think of me that way.
I don't.
It struck you accidentally.
Yeah, it did.
Whoa!
It's got kind of a scoop.
Yeah.
Scoop front neck to it.
It's
not a sweatshirt.
I've always
It's
said-
get out of town.
I've always said that Gina's sex appeal was surprising.
It's a sweatshirt.
Yes, it's true. This is not a sweatshirt.
You
It's a
don't expect
sweatshirt.
it.
It's not. First of all, you don't take a sweatshirt to the cleaners. It's not a sweatshirt.
It's
A sweatshirt is something that, that says champ on the label.
Yeah, I don't have any of
No.
those.
And it's usually gray. It doesn't have a scoop décolletage and a sexy zipper going down the
Although,
side
you know
of
what
it.
I learned about this sexy zipper on the side?
Does it actually zip?
Yeah.
What happens when you unzip it?
Well, I just have a little. Don't have anything on under it that I can.
Well, no, I mean, when you unzip it, does it open up?
Yeah.
Huh.
But I wore this on a plane once, and I went through TSA, And I didn't take it off because for the same reason. I have like a little cami under it, but not an actual shirt.
Wait, you didn't have to say that because now I have to picture it. And I don't want to do that.
And I went through the screen and they told me, oh, you have to take that off. I'm like, well, it's like a shirt. It's not, I don't have anything on
It's
under
a
it.
sweatshirt.
But they told me, just for future reference, don't ever wear anything that has a zipper down the side. Like down the front, the machine calibrates it like, oh, that's a zipper down the front. But down the side,
They don't know.
they don't know. It could be a gun, or it could, because it just shows up as metal running all up and down the one side. So
Now, if you shouldn't just be wearing a cami underneath it when you go through the TSA.
it's tight though. You can't wear.
Because they look at you,
Yeah.
They look through your clothes and stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't care about that.
Oh, come on. You really ought to be wearing some armor or something.
I'm sure they'd
It's
be
a
fine with that.
sweatshirt.
It's a sweatshirt.
No, it's not. What is it exactly?
I don't know.
Where did you get it?
Stitch Fix.
What's that? What is Stitch Fix?
It's a
Because that's not a retail store. You got it online.
Yeah, it's a service that sends you clothes once a month, or once every 3 months, or how.
And did they say, here's a sweatshirt? That's not what it was described as.
I think it was.
No, I don't think so.
Because I hate shopping and I hate picking out clothes, so every once in a while I have a service send me things.
Well, that's good because they probably won't send you anything with an anchor on it.
No, they have yet to send me anything with an name.
Which I know you miss, but we broke you of that habit.
You
years
made me
ago.
get rid of it.
All right, we ought to officially begin the program, and we ought to take your check-ins, I suppose, at 877-602-9696. That's the number to call and check in with. Maybe tell us what you're wearing to work today.
I bet it's a sweatshirt.
Let's see, what am I wearing? It's just what do they call these kind of shirts?
A polo
shirt. A polo shirt and black pants and athletic shoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's my standard. I look
That's
the
your
same
uniform.
every day, don't I?
It's your uniform.
I look about the same almost every day. Carrie dresses in various nice ways. That's a very nice shirt.
He always wears an ironed shirt.
Yeah.
I have a service.
It's called My Iron.
Yeah, it's called my wife.
Yeah. Does your wife iron your clothes for
Oh,
you
yeah,
now?
yeah.
Oh, I thought you still did it yourself.
I
Because
did
I know
it.
you can do
I
it.
did it for the longest time, and then she picked it up one day, and I got this.
I can iron shirts as well. I hate it, and I don't remember the last time I did it. I hate.
I don't
doing
own an iron.
What?
She has people to do it for her.
I don't own an
You
iron.
don't own an iron?
She has a service. They come and pick up her clothes and iron them for her and bring it back.
I don't have an iron. If it's something that needs to be ironed, I send it to the cleaners. Or if I have something wrinkled that I need to freshen up, you just throw it in the dryer for a minute. I don't have an iron.
You're an animal.
You know, my wife sits and watches TV and irons. She insists on using linen napkins, cloth napkins.
Okay.
We almost never use paper napkins, and she irons them. She likes to iron. She irons them so that they fold up nice. She likes to do that when she's watching television.
Well, that's the problem. I don't have a wife, so if I had a wife,
or very many
might have an
skills. Your homemaking skills are zero.
No.
When I didn't have a wife, I ironed my own stuff. So
It is doable.
do I look rumpled? Do you ever look
Well,
at me and go,
that's just
I
it.
bet she doesn't have an iron?
okay, if we're going to be honest, occasionally you do look rumpled.
Yeah,
Occasionally you do.
I would say.
And Stephanie is pointing out the tea is almost ready with Teapot Gina. It's coming back. But yeah, I mean, I can't imagine because you go to like fundraisers where you need to be fancy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you pulling your clothing out from the closet
And I cut the tag off from when it went to the cleaner, and it's ready to go.
it just seems like, again, with the coffee and this, you're wasting all this money.
Any nice, although I agree, any nice shirts that I have, I don't do it with the polo shirts, but button up the front. I don't iron them or clean them myself. I take them to the red hanger.
You're both savages.
Well, I guess. They come back on a hanger all nice and pressed, and
Maybe you want to talk about this. You should call and check in.
877-602-9696. Call and check in. Tell us what you're going to wear to work, what you're doing today, how hard you're going to try to work, And we have a prize for somebody who calls in.
A Prohibition gift card.
So 877-602-9696.
Squatters and X96 present
Lights, camera, brunch.
Sunday, January 21st, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at Squatters Pub Brewery, 147 West Broadway in downtown Salt Lake.
Join Bill, Gina, and special guests, director Trent Harris and actor Jay Whitaker, as we eat, drink, and discuss the latest indie film in our Not Safe for Radio podcast.
Now, brunch costs $15 and includes a keepsake pint glass and photo opportunities courtesy of tapsnap.net. Plus, we'll be raffling off prizes including tickets to the Sundance Film Festival and reggae concert featuring Stick Figure.
It's Lights, Camera, Brunch, January 21st at Squatters. Space is limited. Reserve your spot today at x96.com. X96 is an official provider to the 2018 Sundance Film Festival.
ZeroRes.com is
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Our elders have just rendezvoused their warp-capable 10-speed bikes with the USS Pork Rind, a small craft manned, if you will excuse the misuse of the term, by pigs. Not your ordinary run-of-the-mill pigs, mind you, but sentient, talking pigs. Pigs in space!
Welcome aboard, gentlemen. I am Captain Link Hogthrob, commander of the USS Pork Rind. This is my first officer, Miss Piggy. Hello. And that pig over there is our ship's physician, Dr. Strange Pork.
Hello, elders.
Hi, I'm Elder Chris Jensen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We have heard tales of your exploits from other space vessels.
Yes. Is it true that your church provides for eternal marriages?
Well, yes, ma'am, it is.
Eternal meaning in this life, in the next life, and forever and ever? Kind of like syndication?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Would the frog, I mean the groom, in question have to be a willing participant?
That's the way it's usually done.
All right, let's cut to the chase here. Does the Mormon Church recognize marriages between beings from different species?
Well, such as...
Pigs and frogs, you idiot! Don't you ever watch the show?
Well, I believe that you'd have to seek the counsel of your bishop. I don't think we're authorized to make such a decision here in the field.
I think we've reached the point in the sketch where I
Begin to assault our guest with karate chops. Hi!
No, wait. I think I can shed some light on the subject. Now, both you and the frog in question are made of flannel and have men's hands up your...
Elder Jensen...
No, what I mean is that you're both Muppets, and therefore not different species. I mean, I see no reason why you can't be sealed to one another.
Oh, Captain Hogthrob can marry people! You guys wait right here while I find my Kermie!
Will Elder Jensen get sent home for telling pigs and frogs that they can marry one another? Will Captain Link Hogthrob get sent home for marrying a pig and a frog? Will Kermit the Frog find a way to get our elders off the Muppet Show and back into normal space? Find the answers to these and far more exciting questions on the next tail-curling episode of Space Elders!
Show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Well, it looks as though a couple of people want to check in and be a part of the least popular feature we've ever done on the Radio from Hell show, the check-ins.
What's wrong with them that they want to do that?
I don't know. We'll get to you in just a moment, John and Jenny, and there is a line open at 877-602-9696. But now, the official beginning of the Radio from Hell show. Gina?
Yeah.
No sponsor?
No.
Okay. Then here you see how successful we are? We've managed to drive everyone away.
Yes.
All right. The moon is a waning gibbous moon, 91.2% of full. We'll have a full moon on January 31st. That'll be a blue moon, as a matter of fact.
Because it's two full moons in a month.
And the moon will set today at 9:56 a.m., today being Thursday. It's the 4th day of January in the year of our Lord, 2018. And this is North America's most ass-tastic radio broadcast.
Fantastic.
It's the Radio from Hell. Well, we're like Ariel Winter in that way.
Oh, okay.
We're the Radio from Hell show. Starring the Lords of Morning Radio, the ass-tastic Kerry Jackson, the ass-tastic Bill Allred, and the ass-tastic Gina Barberi, the senior executive ass-tastic producer of the Radio from Hell show, and lady-in-waiting to the program is Richard Thomas Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation, producing video for the show, which you can see right now at x96.com/live. And Katie, for short, is here helping out as well and battling not only a bad knee surgery, but allergies.
Oh, really?
She's just battling.
She is allergic. I said, well, what are you allergic to in the winter? And she said, well, I did an allergy scan. I'm allergic to everything. Everything that you can possibly be allergic to, I'm allergic to it. So.
Shouldn't she be in a bubble then?
I think so. Katie in a bubble. That'd be good. All right. So check-ins then, I guess, 877-602-9696.
And one of you will win a Prohibition gift card.
Oh, Prohibition. It's just kind of like a speakeasy.
Yeah, it's a
it's a dinner club.
It's a dinner club.
Maybe?
They have a show there.
Yeah.
They got good food.
Yeah. Oh, it's National Spaghetti Day, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. You should have
some.
some.
You know what? That's perfect. So it's Jonesy's birthday today. Which I need
Happy birthday.
Well, I need to mention it when she gets up. But
okay.
But what I said, what do you want to do for your birthday? She said, I want to make dinner for the family, like start to finish. I want to do it all by myself.
I want to make dinner for the family for my birthday.
That's what
Shouldn't it be the opposite?
No, because
she's a selfless giving person.
Because Joe cooks for her every night. She said she likes to cook, so that's what. And what she's going to make tonight is she's going to make spaghetti for everybody.
So that's lovely.
That's perfect.
All right.
Anytime she wants to cook, she can come over.
Okay.
All right. Let's begin with John. John is checking in. Hello,
Hi, John.
Hey, how are you guys this morning?
Hey, John, can I ask you, what are you wearing, John?
So I was going to say that because you guys were talking about the shirts.
Yeah.
If I could afford it, I would get my shirts dry cleaned. But my job, we don't really have a dress code. So based on what I wear is based on how much I care. So today is sweatpants day. Get 20%.
Yay!
Sweatpants. You're wearing sweatpants to
You're
work.
You're comfortable today, John.
Sweatpants and a T-shirt.
What sort of work do you do?
I work for a customer service company. We sell health supplements and skin cream and stuff.
All right. So you're sitting at home on the phone?
No, I'm actually just sitting in the parking lot about to go into work. My work shift starts at 6:30.
All right. Well, have a lovely day at work.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, it's a myth. My shirts are not being dry cleaned. You take them to the red hanger, but they don't dry clean.
They clean them.
They don't even clean them there. I think they ship them to China.
All the way to China?
Chinese laundry.
That's good for the environment.
Yeah. I think they shipped them to China. They bring them back, send them back.
All right. Let's go to Jenny. Hello, Jenny, checking in.
Thanks for checking in, Jenny. Hey, Jenny, what are you wearing?
So I'm actually, don't judge me, I'm actually wearing the clothes I was wearing yesterday.
Richie does that all the time.
I'm not usually up this early, but my poor husband has a colonoscopy this morning.
Oh.
And I took a shower, so that's good. Win there. But, yeah, totally wearing the clothes from yesterday.
So when is your husband having his colonoscopy?
We're on our way there right now. Check-in's at 7.
So he did the fun, had to drink the whole gallon jug of stuff yesterday.
No, this morning. You do it in the morning. You get up early in the morning and drink that stuff.
No, he did it last night.
He did it last night.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No,
all night long.
Yeah, well, they told me to do it. I've always done it in the morning, early in the morning. Get up real early and do it.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep you up all night. You know?
Well,
Jenny,
good luck.
No, right?
Tell him
exactly what happened, too.
Has he had a colonoscopy before?
No.
Okay.
No, first time.
Okay, let's all just all say to ourselves, no polyps, no
No
polyps,
polyps,
no
no
polyps,
polyps.
no polyps. All right.
All right.
See you, Jenny.
Yeah.
Jenny.
Okay.
Let's see. Emily checking in from the VA hospital. Happy Thursday. Let's see. Ogden Oscar checking in from minus 10 degree Terre Haute, Indiana.
Ooh, that sounds miserable.
Missing Ogden right now. Dog food factory smell and all. The dog food factory smell doesn't really hit until spring, right? I mean,
it depends, but yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's more in the spring. Yeah.
Yeah.
It always makes me hungry when I smell that.
The dog food factory?
Yeah. Because it smells a little bit like roast beef or something.
It's dog food.
hello, lords and lady. Vicky and the Angel checking in. Wearing jeans and a hoodie at work.
Okay.
Have to or we will freeze. Laura, the Alzheimer's lady checking in. Tim, the tree guy checking in. Good Godfrey checking in. I wear shirts like what Gina's wearing all the time, and I do not own an iron, and throw mine and my children's clothing in the dryer to straighten them out, and they come out just as well as if I used an iron. Oh, you think they do?
So another horrible homemaker heard from.
Carrie Jackson's judging you.
I am silently. Well, no, I'm judging you.
Yeah.
Let's see, checking in. I'm a female truck driver, so I'm currently en route. Since y'all are talking outfits, mine includes black cargo pants and a sweater with my company's logo on it.
Yeah.
I am oozing sex appeal at this point.
That sounds like it.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's go to...
Large Marge.
Hallie. Hallie is checking in.
Hallie, how are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm pretty good. What are you wearing, Hallie?
Red scrubs and gray tennis shoes.
Red scrubs.
See, I could totally work at a hospital with putting on scrubs every day,
why
being
don't we just do
comfortable.
it? Why don't we
Have
just
Radio
wear
from Hell
scrubs?
scrubs?
Yeah.
Let me just
Okay.
throw this out here.
All right.
You just start wearing scrubs.
Okay.
And your persona on the air becomes Dr. Gina. Because wasn't there a guy in town?
Dr. Doug.
Dr. Doug. And he
Dr.
wore
Doug.
scrubs
Oh, did he really?
all the time. He was a terrible DJ.
Yes,
he was
he
one of
was.
those yellers. You know, it was like, Dr. Doug, Dr. Doug, yeah. And he would wear scrubs everywhere. And that was his gimmick. He was not a doctor.
But I'm down with it. Hallie, where's a good place to get scrubs?
Dub Scrubs or Walmart.
Dub Scrubs.
There you go.
Is
Okay.
that
Or
online?
the DI is really good. I go to the DI all the time.
Oh.
Your wife's there. She could pick some
Yeah,
up.
there you go.
You know what? I haven't worn too many of them. I've worn them to work, and you haven't noticed, you guys.
Scrubs?
No. Polo shirts with other companies' logos on them.
Oh, I've noticed.
Have you noticed
Yeah.
that my wife has found at the DI? And
Oh,
she
I didn't
said,
know that's where she got
Yeah.
them. I just assumed someone gave them to
No,
you.
she
People
says-
give us free shirts
We get
all the
shirts
time.
all
She
the
said,
time.
do you really want these? And I said, yeah, I do kind of. And I don't even know what the companies are. but
You're
I-
advertising something and you don't know what it is.
Hallie, thanks for
Yeah.
checking in with us.
We gotta go.
Have a lovely day, okay?
Bye-bye.
You too.
All right.
Oh, Sean in Wisconsin. This other Sean says it's minus 21 in Wisconsin.
Jeez.
Yeah, give a
Yeah.
solid 70%.
Okay, so that's Sean in Wisconsin. This is Sean from where?
Hi, Sean.
Salt Lake City. It's not that cold.
No. So what are you wearing, Sean?
I am wearing a T-shirt with my company's logo on it because they are giving out free ice cream today to anyone who does.
Free ice cream.
Free ice cream to anybody in the company who wears a company logoed shirt.
Well,
I hope our management is listening.
Yeah. So,
Right?
what is the company?
Jet.com. It's a fairly popular retail website.
I've heard of it. And so what kind of ice cream will you get for wearing the logoed shirt?
Cold Stone's coming in today.
Oh,
Wow.
there you go.
All
right.
Bring out the big guns.
Sounds lovely.
Thank you.
Have a great day. See ya.
Steph's checking in, getting ready for work, currently wearing her favorite baseball sweatshirt. I'd totally wear Radio from Hell scrubs. Well, we don't even have T-shirts at this time, do we?
Hey, let's get on that Radio from Hell scrubs.
Meg the manager wearing my nicest warm team colors that Tim the tree guy irons for me. Huggy Bear checking in.
I used to wear uniforms at school, elementary school, high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it because you never had to worry about what you're going to wear every day. And I could get down with a Radio from Hell uniform.
Scrubs?
Yeah.
Would you? That'd be good. Just wear them every day.
Totally fine with that.
I would be totally fine with it, too. I don't think Carrie would like it.
I don't know. I'd wear them at home.
How about the pants? And then you can wear your nice iron shirt on top. But you can wear the scrub pants to work.
No.
No?
Come on. Nice, loose pants, Carrie.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
Not out in public.
Well, no, just here at work.
Well, it's still there's people. And we're on the TV.
Well, all right. I'll do it.
I'll wear them at home. All right, let's see. We got to get things done. Big Boy News, Pinuendo coming up. Also, Geek News on the radio.
Coming up in the news, next time I go to the governor's mansion, Gary and I are going to have a high old time.
Well, and we should probably warn people now, too, around 7 o'clock when we do Beat Gina.
Mm-hmm.
A big prize.
Very big.
Yeah.
For that. It's the VIP credentials to the FIS Freestyle International Ski World Cup going on at Deer Valley. We'll tell you more about that, but you should really think about playing Beat Gina today because
that's worth $900.
Yeah, it's a huge prize.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Be ready for that. Coming up. Stand by.
The music starts at 10 with a 1 hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
Here's what Bill Allred is thinking when he's not on the air.
Gotta think up some new features for Radio from Hell. Spice the show up. Maybe we could do a top 10 list. No, every morning show has ripped that idea off from Letterman. What about bringing back that character I used to do? PBA bowling champ Wayne Zahn. God, no. That was stupid then and it'd be stupid now. What about a character who can read minds or predict the future? No. That's too much like Karnak. Double time checks might make things sound snappier. It's 7:27, 27 minutes after 7. Geez, that's stupid. God, I just know I'm going to be thinking about this all day.
Here's what Kerry Jackson is thinking when he's not on the air.
Oh, we gotta start working on this new Space Elders bit for this fall. And maybe we should call it Elders in Space. No, that's too much like pigs in space. Space Elders, that's it. Man, it's going to take a lot of production, music, and sound effects. Good acting jobs by Bill and Chunga, which is next to impossible. Maybe I'll ask the janitor to do a role, even he'd be better than those guys. Man, this Space Elders is going to take a lot of work, but it's really going to spice up the show when we get it going. Man, I'm going to be thinking about this all day.
Here's what Jimmy Chunga is thinking when he's not on the air.
Pudding, chocolate pudding, vanilla pudding, butterscotch pudding, rice pudding, tapioca. Oh man, I love pudding. Jello pudding pops. Chocolate and vanilla pudding swirled together. Oh, pudding. P-U-D U-D-I D. Oh, pudding. I'd kill everyone in this room for one spoonful of sweet pudding.
It's Radio from Hell with Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, 6:35. We got geek news coming up in this break, but first, big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by.
Visit x96.com to enter to win VIP credentials to the FIS Freestyle International Ski World Cup event, January 10th through the 12th at Deer Valley Resort. Get all the details about the FIS Freestyle International Ski World Cup at deervalley.com. And we're giving some away with Beat Gina coming up around 7 o'clock.
Here's good news in the news. I'm going to start with something good, something great, this is a news flash, and something that people have been waiting to hear for a long time. Taco Bell is adding French fries finally to their menu.
Was this...
Finally, the late-night junk food purveyor for stoned millennials everywhere.
Other people eat there.
Well, yeah, but it really is the place. It really is the place to go at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're,
But sometimes you just want a bag of cheap tacos. You say you crave a bag of cheap tacos.
How about I get back to the story here, Gina? They're adding fries to the menu. The fries are coated in what Taco Bell calls bold Mexican seasoning. And the $1 portion of French fries will come with a side of nacho cheese sauce for dipping the French fries. I used to go to the movies and get those nachos at the movies.
The gooey
with the gooey of that cheese sauce, and I'd get a bag of popcorn. And when the nachos chips were all gone, then I'd start putting the popcorn into the cheese sauce. Oh, so good. Yes, they tested the fries as well as French fry stuffed burritos at select locations last year, but this is the first time they'll be available nationwide. Taco Bell fries. I just don't think
you need fries at Taco Bell. You go other places for fries. I'm sorry, now Dylan's wrong.
You are absolutely wrong, Gina. You're absolutely wrong.
Well, they do like your taco time and get the Mexi fries.
Because those are just tater tots. Well, Mexi fries, my ass.
I like Mexi fries.
They're tater tots. Heavy snow and high winds have pounded and are continuing to pound the U.S. East Coast along a front stretching from Maine as far south as North Carolina. Power is being just knocked out everywhere. Iced roadways, closing hundreds of schools. All the schools in New York are closed. The storm is just pounding New York at this moment, and it's going to continue to do it all day and maybe into the night because it's still off the coast and it's moving in.
And they say even after the storm passes, that's when it gets really cold.
States of emergency were in effect in Florida. There was snow in Tallahassee.
That sounds like a country song.
Snow in Georgia, snow in North Carolina and Virginia. Blizzard warnings from the Canadian border as far south as Virginia. Much of the eastern United States is in the grip of a sustained cold spell that has frozen parts of the Niagara Falls. The falls are just frozen.
Wow.
Played havoc with public works and impeding firefighting in places where temperatures barely broke 20 degrees. So, and people stocked up. There were all kinds of reports of people going to the grocery stores and home because they're expecting that they may be in their homes for days.
They're telling people to stay home. Yeah. They're saying, do us a favor and don't be out on the roads because it's bad.
Now, here in Utah, we should probably stay in as well because another inversion is gaining steam and is really going to just I was up on the belt route on the east side of the valley yesterday, looking down into Salt Lake, and there was a brown cloud, not hovering over the city, right in the city. The buildings, a brown cloud of pollution. Clouds and haze from the inversion obscured parts of the Salt Lake Valley yesterday. Residents people should expect, why do they say residents? It's people. People should expect mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies for the rest of the week.
Until Saturday.
Highs in the middle 40s. Air quality conditions will deteriorate as an inversion strengthens and the haze in the valley thickens. The Utah Division of Air Quality reports the air during the next 3 days will be unhealthy for children and other living things.
Sensitive.
A storm should move into the Salt Lake area on Saturday, hopefully, and clean out the air here.
But it's weird because even that storm, we're going to get rain in January.
Yeah, it'll be warm.
It won't be.
Governor Gary Herbert.
Your friend Gary.
Gare.
So Gary was at, he doesn't like that.
Doesn't like Gare?
No, he doesn't like
You must all be Republicans.
He was at a middle school in Riverton yesterday, and he was taking questions from these middle school students.
I should be able to handle these softballs.
And well, they asked some pretty tough questions, actually. And one of the kids raised his hand and said, do you ever, it was a girl, and she said, do you ever think we're going to have medical marijuana?
Her parents listen to this show.
Medical marijuana legalized here in Utah.
I thought I was going to get nothing but softballs here.
And Governor Herbert said, yeah, I think we will. He said, let's get the science done, get the research done, have it as a controlled substance prescribed by a doctor and certified by a pharmacist as a controlled medical substance. I think that's the way to go, the governor said, and I think it's going to happen. Asked by Fox 13's Ben Winslow, I believe,
Ben Winslow,
to clarify if he was referring to the potential ballot initiative on medical cannabis that's circulating right now, or action in the Utah State Legislature, the governor kind of stepped back a little bit from his prediction and said, I think sometime, not the ballot initiative necessarily or anything in the legislature, but in time, if we get the science to back up the fact that there is a medical use for marijuana, that it does cure pain as a medicine, he said. The governor continued to express his long-held concerns about federal laws on marijuana conflicting with state changes. And I wonder about that myself. Where is that going to go? Will the federal law have to finally be taken off the books because so many states have just said, well, we're doing it anyway?
Not with Jeff Sessions in charge.
No.
Jeff Sessions isn't going to move on it. He thinks that pot is for deviants.
But I think eventually they're going to have to. It's just because to get it all under one umbrella and it all has to be regulated. And,
you would think that would have to happen.
Which wouldn't be a bad thing because now there's no regulations about strengths or where the stuff comes from, or you're just counting on the dispensaries to be honest and say what. But if it were federally regulated, they would have to say, no, when we say this is, X number of strength, it's
my edibles. I know what's in my edibles.
Yeah. No, it's.
And they're
it would be better.
And the whole banking situation needs to be addressed as well. So
but I'm not interested in having Dr. Feelgood out there say, que pasa, here's your doobie for the day, and you'll feel better.
So he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it loosey goosey, is what he's saying. He wants it tightly regulated. A lawyer for President Trump sent a cease and desist letter to Steve Bannon on Wednesday after the former White House chief strategist's incendiary comments that I mentioned in the news yesterday about the Trump presidency were revealed in a forthcoming book. The book. It's actually not out quite yet.
It's not out yet. It's just
excerpts of it.
There are excerpts of it, I believe, in the New Yorker this week. This guy is a writer for the New Yorker. And then a book will come out, I think, at the end of the week. But there are people who've read the whole book. Now, an attorney, Charles Harder, said Bannon broke the terms of a confidentiality and non-disparagement agreement that he had signed when he joined Trump's presidential campaign in August of 2016. Bannon had breached the agreement by, among other things, communicating with author Michael Wolff about Mr. Trump, his family members, and the company, the campaign, disclosing confidential information to Mr. Wolff, and making disparaging comments, in some cases outright defamatory statements to Mr. Wolff about Mr. Trump and his family members.
It's funny. I was reading some excerpts of it.
Mm-hmm. It's called Fire and Fury Inside the Trump White House.
President Trump likes to be in bed at 6:30 with a couple of cheeseburgers and watches the news.
Now this guy,
Just picture that, just in bed, couple of cheeseburgers.
And you know why he likes McDonald's food so much is because he believes, and he's right, that it's done
safe.
in very sanitary conditions, and he's worried about being poisoned. But if he gets food from McDonald's,
it's random.
He believes it's not going to be poisoned.
Yeah.
He doesn't want food specially prepared for him.
But here's my question about that lawyer. invoking the cease and desist with the gag order because he signed this paper that said you can't talk about it. So he's not saying that what's in the book is incorrect.
Not saying that. Saying you're not supposed to talk about this.
You're not supposed to be talking about this stuff. Now, okay, it's too late. The horse is out of the barn. So what does this mean? Are they gonna try and stop publication of the book?
No.
Don't think you can do that because the author didn't sign that.
Well, then.
Yeah.
Now, the author, Michael Wolff, I think,
Yeah.
He said, I went to the White House and I told him I want to write a book about what's going on. And they said, and he said, it was hard to get approval from any one person. There seemed to be nobody kind of in charge.
No one in charge, yeah.
And he said, but finally somebody said, okay, you can do it. And then I just wandered around, and I was in meetings, and I was in places maybe I shouldn't have been, but nobody said anything.
And they were all so arrogant; they were more than happy to talk to him.
Oh, so this isn't all secondhand from people.
No.
This is stuff he witnessed.
That's what he says.
Yeah. Now, Michael Wolff also, he's the kind of writer. He's kind of like Hunter Thompson, sort of a writer.
You need to know
he writes things, and there are facts, a lot of facts. But then he kind of fills in. Well,
flourish. There's a little flourish.
He fills in things.
Yeah.
He speculates, sort of. Now, there are probably a lot of hard facts in there. I think that, I mean,
I believe the
Steve
cheeseburger
Bannon,
in bed. I believe that.
There's stuff about Trump's hair.
Yeah.
And that he.
Ivana makes fun of it.
Yeah, and that it's the reason it's like that is because it's a result he had, scalp reduction surgery, so that what hair he had would cover. But he's never talked about that, and that's kind of speculation, I think, on Wolff's part. But it'll be a fun read.
Yes.
Let's see, is that it? You got to do geek news,
unless you got sports weather traffic. Because we got plenty of time. I mean,
You don't want me to talk about the Jazz losing last night. Nobody wants to hear that. To the Pelicans, 108-98. You don't want
the Pelicans.
The Pelicans.
It's just
nobody wants that. Weather. Bill was kind of talking about it a little bit ago, but we'll have 40, partly cloudy, but the air is bad and getting worse. Hopefully by Saturday, when we get a storm through here, it will clear it out. But try for the next couple of days to limit your travel in your car if you can, carpool if you can.
Sorry, I thought I had the traffic here.
And, we can traffic, or you want to do it in a minute?
No, we'll do it now.
Okay, we'll do it now!
Do it now! Do it live!
We've got a crash southbound I-15 at 5600 South, the entrance ramp. This is up in Roy, off to the left shoulder. That's the only incident I think we have so far this morning. Oh, here's one more. Crash northbound I-15 at 114th South. X96 is proud to welcome Sleeping with Sirens to the Complex on Friday, February 9th. Tickets are on sale now at thecomplexslc.com. Qualify to win a pair of tickets by going to x96.com.
All right. And is Geek News sponsored?
Always, Carrie. Cabin Fever, welcoming new lines for the new year. Cabin Fever is your go-to shop for laughter, kitschy memories, creative, fun merchandise. Located in the heart of Trolley Square, 5th South, 7th East. Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
So much more.
I bought lunch boxes for all the boys from Cabin Fever.
The Geek Show boys?
Yes. Back to the Future ones, and Star Wars ones.
That's where your card came from, Dylan, with the money in it.
But it's so much more than a card store, Bill.
I know, but I got cards there. They have lots of cards.
And Dave picks those out personally, by the way.
And I bought candy. Reed's cinnamon candies.
Ooh. All right. As usual, I have your assignments because I know you don't work at work. You sit down in front of your computer and you watch videos and things like that at work.
You bet.
So I got a couple of trailers for you. First of all, we're going to start with a scary movie.
Oh, is this the Slender Man?
Slender Man is the... oh, great. Now there's playing an ad. I had it queued up.
I happened to watch that this morning, and it is creepy.
It is creepy, but right now the trailer is mostly just...
I don't get the story from it.
People... Well, let me explain it to you.
Okay.
The trailer is mostly just people looking scared into the camera. You get a look at the Slender Man just ever so briefly, just enough to kind of give you the creeps. Let's see. Slender Man originated as an internet meme
Yep.
with the lanky, faceless figure in a black suit rising to mainstream prominence after two 12-year-old girls lured a friend into the woods in Wisconsin and attempted to stab her to death, claiming they were committing the crime in Slender Man's name.
Now
that was a real story.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the father of one of the girls is suing
the film
company.
Sony, yeah. That's interesting. I wonder what his... Because the whole premise of Slender Man is that he was a character created by the internet, and the deal is that he gets you to do things.
He was part of that creepy pasta.
Yeah, he would not
stuff.
He would not do the things himself, but he would get you to do them for him. So that's what we see throughout this whole trailer is people doing things in his name. So now the father is claiming that they're doing it just to cash in on the whole thing. But I think that they were moving forward on the Slender Man project before.
Well, and that's what I remember reading is that this was in production, not in but writing it, and then that happened, so they backed off it for a while.
Backed off for a bit.
But that's not going to stop him from suing.
No.
Anyway.
Let's see. Now, the next thing that we need you to look at is, your Bright sequel is officially a go.
This is the Will Smith thing?
Netflix.
The Will Smith Netflix thing. And online there are orc auditions that you can look at. That's how Netflix let us know that this is coming back for a second version, a sequel.
I'm going to watch it. I wasn't going to, but Bill Frost seemed to like it a lot.
Yeah. Let's see. And then there is the second trailer for Death Wish is available. Bruce Willis giving the world another look at Death Wish.
Honey?
All right.
So there's a trailer for you to watch.
Please come down here.
Well, that sounds scary.
Someone's in jeopardy.
You can't go in there.
Dad, where's Mom?
Now, I don't remember the original Death Wish much, except for it was
Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson. Yes, I'm the Death Wish. That's all I remember was that he was...
His wife was brutally murdered, and so he becomes a vigilante.
He becomes a
and just
vigilante.
goes out and kills people.
Now, was he a Chicago ER surgeon?
I don't
Charles
think
Dr.
so.
Bronson, was he?
No.
No? He is in this one. Eli Roth is directing it. Willis plays a Chicago ER surgeon whose wife and daughter are attacked in their home, leading his character to track the assailants down and take law into his own hands. Vincent D'Onofrio is in it.
Yeah.
He's the one who tries to tell Bruce Willis, "You can't take the law into your own hands, Bruce Willis."
Watch me.
And he does anyway.
There were like 5 Death Wish movies
There
with
were.
Charles Bronson.
You are going to be all right, I promise.
There you go. So you got the Death Wish trailer you can watch today. It's that'll be out in March. It was originally scheduled for November of 2017, but pushed back to March 2nd. Don't know if that means anything. All right. The geek internet was exploding yesterday.
Oh, what'd they do now?
Well,
geeks.
Yesterday was comic book day. Wednesday is the day when all the new comic books come into the comic book stores, so you can always see me there.
If you want to find Carrie.
If you want to find me, I'm there for a good 5 minutes every Wednesday. And issue 14 of Thanos came out. Thanos, the villain, has his own comic book, and it's very well done. And the geek internet was upset because we found out Thanos's originally intended name, and they weren't happy.
Originally intended.
Now, let me
Steve, it's Steve.
Frank.
Let me just
Well,
play.
Frank.
Well, it's even worse than that. The day he was born to a woman named Sui-san was okay. Let me just read you from the pages from issue 14 of Thanos.
I will call you Eddie.
Now, unlike Sui-san, who resembled Earth humans, like all the other Titans, her son was born purple skin, jet black eyes, and the chin. You know the whole thing.
Yeah. Good looking.
And she, at that point, lost her mind.
Oh, because of the way you
Because of that. So let me just read this to you. The end of all things occurred on a Wednesday, on some forgotten centuries ago, on a small moon of Saturn called Titan. Thanos was born to a race of Eternals, but for some reason, some untold reason, he arrived different. They called him a mutant, a deviant. They say his mother, Sui-san was her name, went insane the moment that she laid eyes on him. But this is not entirely true. She lost her mind when she first spoke his name, Thanos. Thanos was not the name that she had planned on giving the child, yet when she looked into his pitch-black eyes, she spoke it at once. She had never heard the name before. And if you were to ask her where it came from, she would tell you that a cold wind whispered into her ear.
Cool.
She would also tell you that going mad is a perfectly reasonable reaction to staring into the eyes of a universal constant. You would go mad too if you gave birth to a god. Anyway, Thanos killed her when he was 12. But we find out that his original name...
Like that she had embroidered on things.
Of course, that, you know,
that she had only said to him...
on his little pockets.
Yeah,
and
just
things.
said,
and it's, you know, it's that, by the way, that cold wind, that wind had a name too. It was Mariah.
But then later on, in the comic book, it was, let's see, if there was any doubt left in our young Thanos that the man in front of him was truly himself, separated by millions of years, that's the whole story. It was when, you know, he gets visited by his past self. He says, I'm going to prove to you that I am you from the future. I'm going to tell you the name that your mother gave you before it was Thanos. And the sound of his true name, the one his mother had chosen for him before her mind had been shattered.
Yeah.
A name she had only spoken to him on the day that she died.
Yes.
Dion. Now,
D-I-O-N?
D-I-O-N-E. Now...
I don't blame the geek.
Now, the geek internet went crazy.
I don't blame them.
Why? That's not his name's Thanos.
They're shouting, no, his name is not Dion. They're all yelling. And that's true. His name is not Dion. She was going to name him that, but the name that she uttered was Thanos.
And the wind went, Dion? I can't have that.
Yeah, so you can't have this killer of worlds, this great big bad named Dion. But the geek internet went crazy yesterday, and so I just calmed down. His name is Thanos.
If she had said Dion, maybe things would have worked out differently for the guy.
Maybe a little different. I don't know.
I mean, he might have had a dog, and and wore his hair in a pompadour.
Maybe
and,
you never know.
Joined a doo-wop group. Maybe. I don't blame the geek for first getting upset about that.
Michael Beck says that Charles Bronson was an architect in Death Wish, the original, not a.
And it was in New York, I believe.
Yes. All right. Let's see. Do you want to do some traffic?
Sure.
All right.
There's a crash westbound SR 201 at 27th West, off to the right shoulder. Crash southbound I-15 at 123rd South. The on-ramp there, right lane is closed. And a crash on-ramp northbound I-15, 114 South. So two right close to each other there on I-15. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's see. Now, coming up after these, we got Beat Gina.
Yeah, and this is for a huge $900 value for this prize. It's the VIP credentials. I wish we could tell people more about that, Richie. What the credentials get you, because I think you get ski passes and stuff with it.
You think you probably get into the hospitality area.
Yeah, see if you can find out a little more about that, and we'll tell you. But it's VIP.
I sent an email about that.
It's VIP credentials to the FIS Freestyle International Ski World Cup event.
All right. So call now to beat Gina. The trivia should be pretty hard, even if you've got a short memory. It's 2017 trivia.
Stuff that happened last year.
Events that happened in the year 2017.
So call 877-602-9696 to play the game, Beat Gina. Now, of course, the way we select a contestant is the cool factor of the prize that you will offer to Gina if you lose the contest. So what are you going to give Gina if you lose? Call 877-602-9696 and tell us.
All right. Be ready to play right after these. Here we go. Attention, Utah residents. It's time again for the Radio from Hell Film Festival.
It's simple, easy, fun, and you could win.
dusty old studio with substandard equipment in Ogden. Now, Carrie, Bill, and Gina have a big, fancy studio in beautiful downtown Salt Lake. And they still find things to bitch about. X96.
All right. Is this sponsored, Gina?
Well, so before we dive into it.
Okay.
If you're holding on the line for Beat Gina.
Yes.
And this does not sound like something you want and or can do. Because this is a big prize.
Yeah.
So it's the VIP credentials to the FIS Freestyle International Ski World Cup event, January 10th through the 12th at Deer Valley Resort. You can get more information at deervalley.com. Now you get access to the hospitality tent and free skiing from Wednesday to Friday
At
Deer Valley.
Deer Valley.
Next week.
Next week. So you got to be able to take next week.
Free skiing Wednesday through Friday.
I
So
mean, you
I
don't
don't want to
have
give this to somebody that's going to go, oh, yeah, I can't do that kind of thing. So
Well, and also they could win it for somebody and
You
then
could,
put it in the person that they're giving it to's
You
name.
could, you could.
And then
So
that person could come and pick it up.
this is just a really big prize that I don't want to go to waste. So I want to make sure whoever gets it. So the potential contestants
All
on
right.
the line be thinking about that.
All right. So
All right,
be
it's time
think- I can't tell them what they won this time. But
Well,
go
yeah.
ahead.
It's just time to play Beat Gina. That's all I was going to say.
All right.
Time to play Beat Gina, and we do have 3 contestants ready to go. Who will we select? Carrie.
Right. You've got to decide, Gina.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you beat them, they have to give you a prize. If they beat you, they get that prize. So here, line 1 is offering you Krispy Kremes and Jack Daniels.
Whoa. Together. Never had that.
That's a fine pairing.
That is a fine pairing. Let's see. Line 2 is offering you champagne and Italian meat.
Well,
okay.
Italian meat.
I'm guessing that's a dried meat of some kind.
I'm not going to speculate,
All
Carrie.
right. And line 3 is offering 2 box of DS Oreos and wine. I don't know what DS Oreos.
Double stuff,
Double stuff
Carrie.
is that
Double
okay.
stuff Oreos, Carrie.
And wine.
Well,
all 3 of those include alcohol. I just
Krispy
want to see
Kremes
that there
and
is
Jack Daniels.
that there is a pattern here.
Champagne and
let's,
Italian meat.
Let's do the Krispy Kreme and Jack Daniels.
Krispy Kreme and Jack
Daniels.
Daniels?
It's a pairing I've never heard
That
before,
means you'll be
so.
playing against Carrie. Hello, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Hello. Hello.
All right.
All right, Carrie, are you ready to beat Gina?
I'm ready.
All right, Carrie, it behooves you to go first. You get the advantage if you go first. And how we decide who goes first is the coin toss app. Tell me heads or tails.
Heads.
All right, let's see what happens. It is tails. Gina goes first.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Carrie.
Terribly sorry. All right, so Gina goes first. The trivia is 2017, events that happened in the year 2017.
But I didn't like that year.
Well, I'm sorry.
Tried to block it out.
All right, Gina, are you ready?
First person to 3 points wins. Carrie, if Gina gets this wrong, you get a chance to steal the point away, and vice versa. You ready? Here we go, Gina.
Yeah.
What was the most streamed song of 2017 according to Spotify? The most streamed song according to Spotify. Was it Despacito by Luis Fonsi, Humble by Kendrick Lamar, Look at What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift, or Shape of You by Ed Sheeran?
All songs that we play here at X96.
I believe it was Despacito.
Is that's your answer?
Yeah.
It's incorrect.
No.
Carrie.
I'm terribly
It was
sorry.
not Despacito.
Chance to steal, Carrie.
Taylor Swift.
That is incorrect. Shape of You by Ed Sheeran.
I'm sorry. It's 0-0. Carrie controls the question.
All right, Carrie, here is your question. What activity did a neuroscientist surprisingly claim engages more of the brain than solving a math problem? This activity engages more of your brain than solving a math problem. Was it A, cleaning your ears, B, drinking wine, C, petting an animal, or D, watching TV?
C.
Petting an animal?
Yeah.
That is incorrect, Gina.
I remember this, and I remember it was drinking wine.
That is
because
correct.
as the flavors come in, you try to process it
That is
all.
correct.
Point goes to Gina, and Gina controls the question with a chance to go ahead 2-0.
All right, Gina. What was the name of Dustin's pet Demogorgon in the second series of Stranger Things? Was it A, Dart, B, Gizmo, C, Mo, or D, Puka?
Mo.
Incorrect.
Absolutely incorrect. Carrie, a chance to steal and tie the game.
A. Dart.
Dart is correct. Yes.
I didn't watch Stranger Things.
It's 1-1, and Carrie controls the question.
Such a bad geek. I haven't seen season 2 either. Carrie, here it is. What was the highest grossing film of 2017? Ready? Was it A,
Ready.
It? Was it B, Fast and Furious 8? Was it C, Wonder Woman? Or was it D, Star Wars The Last Jedi?
All movies we play here at X96.
Wonder Woman.
That is incorrect.
Gina.
Well, it's Star Wars.
That is correct.
That's correct.
Yeah.
If you'd been listening to the Radio from Hell show yesterday, Carrie, you would have known that question. All right, it's 2-1. Gina in the lead and a chance to win because she controls the question.
Okay. I don't like
Give
any.
me a good one.
I don't
Come
like
on.
any
Give
of
me a
these.
good
There's
one.
one that's incredibly easy.
I don't want an easy one.
And
Give
then the
me a
rest
hard
of them
one.
I don't care for.
What is it that you mean by a good one, Gina?
All right.
I want a juicy one.
Ready?
Yeah.
Which dead rapper was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2017? I'm assuming they're saying the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Was it A, Tupac, B, Eazy-E, C, Biggie Smalls, or D, Fat Pat?
How do I not remember this? Was it Tupac? It might have been Tupac.
Is that your answer?
Yes.
That is correct.
It's Tupac, and you win the game.
I get Krispy Kreme donuts and Jack Daniels.
Sorry, Carrie, and you get nothing.
No,
What?
Carrie, you don't get nothing.
What?
Carrie seems nice.
What are you giving her?
VIP credentials to the FIS Freestyle International Ski World Cup event January 10th through the 12th. You get access to the hospitality tent and free skiing at Deer Valley from Wednesday to Friday.
How's that?
Yay. So excited.
You sure sound excited, Carrie. Well, hang on the line, and we'll tell you how you can get your prize and ratchet up your excitement.
All right, hang on. Put you on hold. There we go. Figure out how to get those donuts and whiskey.
Jack Daniels.
Never had that combination before.
What?
Yeah.
I've had whiskey with just about everything.
Okay.
Cheez-Its? You
Yeah.
had whiskey and
You
Cheez-Its?
bet.
Yeah, see, the other question was just so easy for you, and then there's the one that I'm just not sure about.
What's the one you're not sure about?
The one I'm not sure about is what's the weirdest science discovery in 2017, which was A, a mermaid preserved in ice, B, ghosts cause gayness, C, penguins can fly, they just don't want to, or D, Trump's hair is real.
Trump's hair is real.
No.
What?
Ghosts cause gayness. See, this is
I don't know what.
this is what I. The year started with an odd claim from the Spiritual Science Research Foundation, who think they discovered the cause of homosexuality was ghostly possession.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not a
See,
good
because they go on to say that it's a ludicrous article, but the question posits the weirdest science discovery in 2017. So that's not a
good one.
Good
And I'm
question.
questioning Despacito, too.
Are you?
No.
You
it's-
won.
I know, but...
Go with it. I'm saying that it's Ed Sheeran.
You really are way too competitive.
When it comes to her trivia, she certainly is.
It was Ed Sheeran.
How do you know?
Because I read an article. I saw it written somewhere.
Fake news, Gina.
I bet I could find another article that says it was Despacito.
Gina's asserting fake news.
On Spotify.
Yeah,
that was that.
specifically to Spotify.
I have alternative facts that say.
All right, Kellyanne. All right, we got boners round 1 coming up along with Big Boy News. After these, what do we have?
Your boner candidates are...
No, just traffic.
We'll get to it. Deep State Degenerates.
Ooh.
Number 2, How Low Can You Go? And number 3, Thirst Quencher for Dummies.
All right.
Crash southbound I-15 off-ramp to 123rd, taking up the ramp and sticking out into another lane. In Davis County, a crash in North Salt Lake on Redwood Road at Center Street. Crash northbound I-15 Beck Street, US 89, off to the right shoulder there. Crash eastbound Lake Park Boulevard at 5600 West in West Valley City. And looks like that's about it. That's traffic brought to you by Try the Buck and Under menu at Del Taco for the most fresh choices for $1 or less, like 69-cent mini quesadillas, 89-cent burritos, and the new $1 salsa chicken taco.
All right, thank you. Great, thanks for the Stranger Things spoiler.
What?
Listen, if the name of a character is going to ruin your enjoyment of a show, you shouldn't be watching shows.
Not a spoiler in the slightest.
You shouldn't be watching shows in general if you think that's a spoiler. All right. Big Boy News, round one boners coming up.
Keep the radio on. A 1 hour nonstop music wingding starts at 10. X96.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we find Butch and Lehigh on Starbase 182 around lunchtime.
Hey, Lehigh, what's up? You haven't been yourself lately. You seem a little under the weather. Here, I replicated you some lunch. This should put you back on your feet at your favorite.
Oh, plomeek soup?
No, macaroni and cheese with little hot dog bits in it. Man, you are sick. I'm taking you to the sick bay.
Are you sure that would be the logical thing to do?
Huh? Come on!
Very interesting.
What is it, Doc? What's wrong with Lehigh?
Elder Christiansen here is suffering from plateau.
Plateau? What on earth is that?
Not plateau, plateau.
Oh.
The blood fever. It's not of Earth, my dear Butch. It's a Vulcan disorder. Lehigh here is in the early stages of Ponfar.
But Doc, look at my companion. I mean, his ears aren't pointy. The blood sample you took from him was red, not green. He's not a Vulcan.
Have the two of you come in contact with any Vulcans recently?
Well, we met with that nice Ambassador Spock fella.
Was there anything unusual about this meeting?
No, we talked for a while. He mind melded with Lehigh and then sent us packing like everybody else.
Mind melded with a Vulcan? Oh, dear.
Well, he said it would be the fastest way for us to tell him about the gospel.
Now, what's this got to do with Lehigh losing his appetite and then resetting the environmental controls in our apartment up to Moab standard temperatures?
Ponfar is the Vulcan mating ritual. Unless the individual who's suffering from the blood fever gets to Vulcan in time, he will die.
I still don't understand how Lehigh contracted this blood fever thing anyway.
The Vulcan who did the mind meld must have transferred it into the Lehigh's mind during the meld. No matter how he contracted it, you must get to Vulcan within the next 72 hours or your companion will be dead.
Okay, Vulcan it is. Come on, Lehigh, we better get going.
But Vulcan isn't in our Tracton area. We're not supposed to go outside of this quadrant. You know the rules. Zone Leader Hansen would never approve of us making a personal visit to Vulcan.
Oh, to heck with Hansen. They can send us both home if they want to. I just want to make sure you go home breathing.
Will our elders get to Vulcan in time to save Lehigh? Will Zone Leader Hansen get them sent home for leaving the quadrant? Will Ambassador Spock apologize for giving Lehigh plateau? What is exactly in plomeek soup anyway? Tune in next time to hear Butch say,
Hold on, Lehigh. Just a couple more hours and we'll be on Vulcan.
Butch, wouldn't it be more logical to reduce our speed to warp 6 in order to make the best possible speed while reducing the stress on the dilithium crystals?
Oh.
On the next mind-melding episode of Space Elders!
right now. Time for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote who of these 3 is the worst. Who of these 3 candidates deserves to go forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day? 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the big boy news. Once you've heard all 3 you'll votes, one of you lucky random boner voters will receive...
I can't buy it. Gotta win it. Radio from Hell boner t-shirt, courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair, Radio from Hell's official.
Make any sense.
Sorry.
What?
Mechanics?
Yep.
Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car check over before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50. And if I may quickly before you jump in, because I think she's listening. Happy birthday, Jonesy.
Oh, hi, Jonesy.
Yeah, happy birthday. That was a cute picture your mom posted of you on Instagram with the puppy.
She's holding Riley, who's not even anywhere close to that puppy size anymore.
And you know, Jonesy is not puppy-sized anymore either.
No.
Nope.
No, she's a big girl. All right, here's boner candidate number 1, Deep State DeGeneres.
I love this one.
You know, I don't nominate Donald Trump for the boner. I think I did once.
It's just too easy. He always wins.
Yeah.
But Eric Trump is another story.
Eric?
he apparently thinks talk show host Ellen DeGeneres is a part of the so-called deep state. On Tuesday, President Trump's second son, the one who has even fewer brains than the first son, shared a screenshot of Twitter's suggestions for accounts that he may like to follow. You know how Twitter puts that down the side and says you may want to consider following. They included his father's 2016 Democratic election rival Hillary Clinton, former President Barack Obama, and Ellen DeGeneres. The deep state conspiracy theory, which has been repeatedly pushed by the president, revolves around the idea that a deep-rooted civil service, that is, bureaucrats in Washington.
Yeah, they're the reason that we can't win.
Yep.
Are working to delegitimize his administration.
Yeah, that's it. That's the answer.
It's unclear whether Eric Trump was claiming that Clinton, Obama, and DeGeneres were part of the deep state, but it did seem to be that because he showed those 3 suggestions, and then he said he put the hashtag deep state after their names. So he apparently thinks that Ellen DeGeneres is, what he doesn't know is what the deep state is.
My favorite tweet about it was from Chrissy Teigen, who said, "Welcome, Ellen. Orientation is at 6 o'clock."
What a moron.
People working behind the scenes to make my father unsuccessful as president.
No.
Yeah, his tweet exactly was after he showed those 3 names, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Ellen DeGeneres, then his tweet exactly is shocking. Once again, here are the @Twitter suggestions of who I should follow. Hashtag deep state.
See, Twitter's part of it, too.
That's boner candidate number 1, deep state DeGeneres. Boner candidate number 2, how low can you go? And I think we've seen over the years, people can go pretty low. A woman who set up a GoFundMe account for her murdered coworker's 11-year-old daughter ended up pocketing the $35,000.
Wow.
Evil.
Police said that a GoFundMe campaign raised about $38,000 for the daughter of Stephanie Goodlow, a church youth ministry director in Washington, D.C., who was killed in her home near Capitol Hill in June of 2016. Her ex-boyfriend has been charged with first-degree murder in her death, but the money raised never reached Ms. Goodlow's daughter. Instead, Arlene Petty kept the majority of the money raised for herself.
Evil.
Ms. Petty has been charged with 1 count of first-degree fraud over the fund. We plan on following this case closely, said Goodlow's cousin Kim Smith. In reference to the fraud charge against Petty, along with the murder trial, this is yet another case that the family has to follow so we know that justice has been served. Boner candidate number 2, how low can you go? Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, thirst quencher for dummies.
All right, it's boner candidate number 3 for round 1. Coming up after this, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
Don't miss the Rocky Mountain Gun Show happening January 6th and 7th at the Southtown Expo Center in Sandy. Rocky Mountain Gun Show offers something for every outdoor adventurer, gun enthusiast, and hunter. Visit RockyMountainGunShow.com for more details.
You know, Orrin Hatch, of course, said he's retiring.
Yes, hanging up the
Wants
boxing
to
gloves.
Spend more time with his family.
Yes, that's...
And I just read a tweet, Orrin Hatch retiring to spend more time with his children. Billy, aged 72, Betty, aged 64,
Yes.
and, of course, little Tommy, who's 58.
I look forward to seeing their Little League games.
Little Tommy, who's 58.
Attending their Boy Scout conferences.
Now, of course, Mitt Romney...
that's funny.
Mitt Romney might step in and run. And I don't remember where I saw it, whose tweet it was. It said, I imagine Mitt Romney getting ready to run, ironing a pair of khaki pants while Eye of the Tiger blasts from his Amazon Echo.
Go get him, Mitt.
Go get him. Here's a story for you, Gina.
Yep.
It's mayhem. It's from the Mayhem and Murder file. that I
I'm
keep.
glad you have a file.
That's exactly what it says on the little Evernote file. Mayhem and Murder. And I put things I know you'll like in there. Alan Haw.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a story written in the Sun, and you know how they are, the British press. Devil Dad Alan Haw butchered his entire family.
The whole family.
After he was caught pleasuring himself at the school where he worked.
Well, you can't. That's the natural reaction to that.
Mr. Haw killed his wife, Clauda.
She looks like Shelley Duvall.
Go to x96.com/live, and there's the Devil Dad and his family, who he butchered. His wife was a teacher, and their children, Liam, Neil, and Ryan. Mr. Haw, a deputy principal, used knives and a hatchet and his bare hands. So he did, in fact, butcher them.
You know, if
their
you're
home.
embarrassed by getting caught doing something like that, you don't have to take out the whole family.
He said he was stressed about losing his status as a respected pillar of the community. And, of course, the only way you can relieve that stress is take a hatchet and a hammer and butcher your
Wow.
Lord. Devil Dad.
Yeah, I'd say Devil Dad is
Alan
a good
Haw.
title.
And they go into, of course, great detail.
Well, I'll look at that later.
In the Sun. And I'll spare the listening audience all of the...
Just send that to me.
They may want to hear. Okay. You know. A federal grand jury has indicted a Midvale man on charges that he threatened to kill President Trump during his visit to Utah last month. Travis Luke Dominguez faces 11 counts in the indictment, including 5 charges of maliciously conveying false information. He's accused of using the internet to make threats to kill or maim people at a South Jordan movie theater complex, a bank, and a Midvale business. 2 counts in the indictment charge Dominguez with threatening the life of the president while he was in Utah on December 4. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office for Utah, Mr. Dominguez sent a threat via the internet to Unified Police Department, threatening to kill the president and other officers if they tried to stop him. The indictment says that Dominguez made a threat saying, "I'm a Navy SEAL. I woke up and decided to kill the president, Donald Trump, today.
You can't
Please
do
forgive
that.
me. Then I will die by suicide by cop."
You can't.
He also wrote, according to the indictment, "I'm going to kill the sexist, racist, homophobic President Trump today. Nothing you can do to save President Trump or stop me, pigs." Now, I would be surprised if, and it's not just Donald Trump, I would be surprised, although he is a very polarizing figure, and it probably happens more, I would be surprised if this didn't happen anytime he goes anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
We just hear about this because it's
Yeah.
local. But
yeah.
But I'll bet when he goes to, Alabama, well,
I'm
maybe
sure.
not Alabama, but
California.
Well, I don't think he
He hasn't been.
I don't think he'll go.
And is not planning to.
Yeah. I think this probably happens with fair amount of frequency.
Yeah. This guy had a couple other things in his past too.
Yeah.
Apparently,
he's not quite right.
Not a good fella.
Yeah, he's not quite right.
No.
All right, let's see. A Utah spa owner has been charged with money laundering and prostitution. It's a Layton day spa, and this woman made her first appearance in court last week on charges of running a prostitution operation.
Yeah, is it one of those day spas in somebody's basement?
Let's see. Zihan Wang is her name. Charged with money laundering, exploiting prostitution, sexual solicitation. She ran the Golden Day Spa. Doesn't say...
out of her basement?
Let's see. No.
Strip mall day spa?
Probably, yeah. It's the Golden Day Spa is now closed, but starting in September, after receiving a tip, an undercover officer posed as a customer, visited the spa. One officer was told a massage would be $45, but that for a $40 tip, it could be a happy massage. So still pretty inexpensive, I'd say. $85. That's, workers offered to touch the genitals of several undercover officers. So I guess more than one went in there.
I don't know. We better
be sure. We better check on this.
We've got to build a
Maybe
case.
I was wrong. We need to confirm this.
Absolutely need to get all of the clues together. It's
the officers refused the offers.
Oh, okay.
It says here. All right. Investigators later. She lived in an apartment near her business, and they found large amounts of cash and deposit slips. And they said, yeah, she's running whores out of the day spa. So there's so Donald Trump has suddenly ended his voter fraud panel.
But there were millions of fake votes.
Millions.
He announced
3 million at least.
He was ending the panel convened in May to investigate voter fraud, which he claimed was rampant, and which attorneys general and lieutenant governors all over the country, Democrat and Republican alike, said, no, I don't think there is any voter fraud. Yeah. We're pretty careful about it. And
you'll be happy to know our very own Lieutenant Governor, Spencer Cox, did not turn anything over to them that wasn't, that they didn't already have access to.
Let me get to that. It's, so Donald Trump said, okay, I'm dissolving this panel because no one will cooperate. They're trying to hide voter fraud.
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
I believe that.
Despite substantial evidence of voter fraud, many states have refused to provide the Presidential Advisory Commission on election integrity with basic information relevant to its inquiry. Wrong. Rather than engage in endless legal battles at taxpayers' expense, today I signed an executive order to just dissolve the commission. I've asked the Department of Homeland Security to review these issues and determine next courses of action. So he's not going to let it drop.
Oh, how does he pursue it from here then?
Well, he's going to ask Homeland Security to make recommendations. Alan King, who's a Democrat on the commission, told the Huffington Post he was surprised to learn from a reporter that the commission had been dissolved. As somebody who's handled 43 elections and who knows election officials across the United States, it's good news, but I don't believe there is a conspiracy of voter fraud throughout this country, and I never have believed that. But I was willing to serve on the commission, and I have an open mind. But I never believed that this commission would be able to produce any evidence or testimony to support the claim of widespread conspiracy of voter fraud in the United States. And Republicans on this commission also said pretty much the same thing. Okay, we'll look at it, but we don't think there is voter fraud.
It makes Trump feel and look bad, and so he's got to shiny keys it somehow.
But see, here's the thing. He's still convinced that there's voter fraud.
Oh, yeah.
But everybody's against him. They're conspiring against him to keep this information from him, and so he's going to look at other ways to do it.
Okay. United States.
Sad story. A good friend of ours, somebody that we kind of know and professionally, and people all over the valley know very well because Rod Decker had been on TV for so many years. His wife, Christine Decker, was a judge. They've been married for many, 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 many years, and she died recently.
Isn't that partially why he said he retired to take care of her?
Well, yeah, he just, he said I haven't spent enough time with my wife, and I can anyway. She died on Tuesday. She was appointed to the juvenile court in August of 2004 by Governor Olene Walker and served until she retired in February of 2015. After leaving the bench, Christine Decker was active in advisory and training efforts for the court system in Utah. And it's just, it's sad. She was a well-liked judge, and before that she was a prominent attorney here in town. So, all right, that's
okay. Yeah. Weather, traffic.
Weather is, it's warm. If that makes you feel good, it makes me feel weird in January. Yeah. 40 for a high today, and the air quality getting worse. It's yellow today, but we could be in orange by tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll clear that out by Saturday with a nice rainstorm. Those January rainstorms we like to get. We'll have that on Saturday.
Well, they say January showers bring February
flowers.
The sludge. All right, here's
no, I got traffic too. Okay. Crash US 89 400 North in Fruit Heights. Crash northbound I-15 at Beck Street, US 89 in Davis County. Crash southbound I-15 off-ramp at 123rd South. And let's see, looks like we also have crash Redwood Road, Center Street, North Salt Lake in Davis County. Traffic brought to you by X96 welcomes Paris to the Depot on Saturday, March 3rd. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and the Depot box office.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Thirst quencher for dummies. So we're not even a full week into 2018. Mm-hmm. And the trendy, health-conscious people of California have already flung a new and completely unnecessary health trend our way. It's the raw water movement.
Pardon me?
According to the New York Times, the raw water movement is taking hold on the West Coast, particularly in Silicon Valley and San Francisco, where people are trying to get off the water grid. If you're confused as to what that means, as Kerry seems to be, he says, pardon me, it is confusing. But without thinking about it too deeply, raw water probably means something like bottled puddle water or rain collected in a mason jar.
What?
According to a company called Live Water, which sells 2.5-gallon jugs of water for $37, raw water is, according to them, unfiltered, unsterilized, and untreated spring water from Opal Springs in Culver, Oregon. It has probiotic properties and beneficial minerals that normal water doesn't have.
Allegedly. Yeah.
$37.
Wow.
For a 2.5-gallon jug of water.
This is a joke, right?
No.
Suckers are lining up.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Suckers are lining up for this.
I'm telling you.
Oh, it's like this artisanal well over here in Salt Lake. What's it on 8th or whatever it is?
Yeah. People go over there with their jugs.
They get their jugs, and they swear that it's better water and better for you.
It tastes good.
It
has a different kind of taste, and they inspect it. The city inspects it to make sure that it's safe to drink.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have healing properties.
No.
Now, but if you go across the street to the shrine in the tree of the Virgin Mary, there you can get healed. All right. That's it. Boner candidate number 3, thirst quencher for dummies. If you buy this, you're a boner.
All right. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1 was deep state degenerates. Eric Trump, Donald Trump's second son, apparently thinking that... now, I can understand that you might think Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama are part of the deep state, but also Ellen DeGeneres.
Well, it's Twitter. Twitter is also the deep state. Everyone is out to get us.
Put it back up there for 1 second, Dylan, so people can see it. X96.com/live. Yeah. There's the tweet. Hashtag deep state, he put. Boner candidate number 2, how low can you go? A woman accused of, and probably did, pocket GoFundMe cash that was meant for her murdered coworker's child. And boner candidate number 3, thirst quencher for dummies.
All right, this is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it's got a 50-50 chance. Goes up against the winner of round 2. That happens at 8:20. Boner fight happens at 9:20. All right? That's when we decide who is boner of the day. So, round 1, here we go. You decide 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number. Put it in the message of a text. That's all we need is that number in the message of the text. You text that to 33986, our short code. Easy. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice. Or go to x96.com and vote there. Look for the box that says Round 1, January 4. If you don't see that box, refresh. All right, you've only got 3.5 minutes to get your vote in for Round 1. Let's go.
X96 gives you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding with John Smith, right after Radio from Hell.
Sentence number 1 in Spanish, please.
¿Qué dijo el pavo de acción de gracias después de la cena? Estoy lleno.
Wow.
¿Qué dijo el pavo de acción de gracias después de la cena? Estoy lleno.
Yes, no. Estoy lleno. Ajá.
Estoy lleno.
Estoy lleno.
Estoy lleno.
¿Qué dijo el pavo de acción de gracias después?
Después.
Después. Gracias después de la cena estoy lleno. Wow.
Estoy lleno.
Wow. All right.
Okay, that's good, Gina.
All right.
And in English, Mario?
You know, I was talking to someone, and then they said, how come Gina always said just the last words? She never said the whole sentence. Estoy lleno.
How do you say because she's very lazy?
Porque es muy floja.
Muy floja.
Muy floja. Go ahead in English, Mario.
Okay. What did the Thanksgiving turkey say after dinner?
I don't know what.
I'm stuffed.
Estoy lleno.
Stuffed.
Estoy lleno.
Estoy lleno. All right, and sentence number 2 in Spanish, please.
Algo de porra para Brigham Young. Otros para la Universidad de Utah. Yo le voy a las porristas.
Algo de porra para Brigham Young. Otros para la Universidad de Utah. Utah. Yo le voy a las porristas.
Sí.
Algo de porra para Brigham Young, otros para la Universidad de Utah. Yo le voy a las porristas. ¡A las porristas!
And that is in English, Mario?
Some cheer for Brigham Young, others for the University of Utah. I cheer for the cheerleaders.
Yay! The only way to go.
But not when my wife is around.
No.
Yep.
No. Mario, are you going to have a big traditional Thanksgiving dinner?
Yes, sir.
What will you have?
We're going to have turkey. I'm sorry, pavo.
Pavo. De acción de gracias.
What else will you have?
You know, usually we meet at El Farol.
Oh, do you?
We met at El Farol, so we all bring a dish.
Yeah.
So
and have
pavo is gonna be there for reals.
So you'll have the turkey at the restaurant, and
then some other dishes, salads, and.
What will your wife bring, or do you cook?
I don't cook.
Yeah, your wife will cook.
My wife will cook,
and she will bring.
Let me call her.
No, it's all right. Thanks, Mario.
I don't know what she'll bring.
I'm sure she appreciates the fact that you know what she's bringing.
Gina Barberi. What you got there is Radio from Hell on X96.
Time to award round 1 of your boner voting.
And round 1 brought to you in part by some leftovers.
Leftover what?
Well, I don't know. I made a salad, but then
How do you have a leftover salad?
No, I made a fresh salad, but then I had what did I have? I think I had some pork chops, some leftover pork chops.
And Hoops Vision, there's no better time to make good on that promise to yourself to get the great vision you deserve. Schedule a free LASIK consultation today with 24 months, 0 interest, and their See Clearly guarantee you can't go wrong. What?
Yep, it was pork chops.
Oh,
okay. So we had boner candidate number 1, which was Deep State DeGeneres, Eric Trump, apparently thinking that Ellen DeGeneres is part of. He doesn't know what it is. He just doesn't know what the deep state is.
It's everybody's trying to stop my dad from being a good president. It's not that he's incompetent.
Yeah. And boner candidate number 2, how low can you go? A woman stealing funds from a GoFundMe account that were supposed to go to the child of her murdered coworker, but no, she took the money. And boner candidate number 3, thirst quencher for dummies. People are buying it. Raw water, they call it.
Stupid.
2.5 gallons of raw water, completely natural for what was it, $37? Jeez. Let's see. Todd won the. What did we give away?
Was it a T-shirt?
T-shirt.
It was
Boner
the boner
T-shirt.
T-shirt. Okay. And the winner was boner candidate number 2. How low can you go?
Mm-hmm. All right, there you go. That's the winner of round 1 of your boner voting. Round 2 happens at 8:20. Then we take those 2 candidates, and boner fight happens at 9:20. That's when boner of the day is decided. Is this sponsored, Gina?
Yes, brought to you by visit x96.com to enter to win VIP credentials for the FIS Freestyle International Ski World Cup event January 10th through the 12th at Deer Valley Resort. Get all the details about the FIS Freestyle International Ski World Cup at deervalley.com.
Well, here he is, Sean Means. He's the fine film critic for the Salt Lake Tribune. Sean reviews movies all the time for them, and you can read them on Thursday, later today, right, online, at sltrib.com.
Yep, my column will be up at noon.
And then, what's your column about?
A advice to Academy voters as nominations for the Oscars start happening on tomorrow.
Now, are you an Academy voter?
No, I am not. I know one. Or I know a couple, actually. But
how do you become an Academy member?
Working in Hollywood and making movies.
You have to be in the industry,
yes.
and specifically.
Okay.
And you could move to another country and be a part of the foreign press.
That's Golden Globes.
And be a Golden Globe.
Yeah.
Guy, I guess.
No, I don't have to. I just had to move to Hollywood and write for a foreign outlet.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
And then
I'd also have to lose all my integrity and be easily bribed.
And then you can also
But
read.
there are benefits there.
You can read Sean's reviews also in the actual paper on Friday. Sean, let me ask you a question about movies. I was just thinking about this offhandedly. Netflix and I guess Amazon and other, but particularly Netflix and Amazon are doing movies.
Yes.
Now they do serial things that could be considered long movies, but they do produce actual movies.
Right.
You don't review those, though, do you?
Usually not. I mean, occasionally, like if a movie is at Sundance, I'll review it then, and then it'll show up on Netflix. But no, I've missed out on Bright, which I understand is just, like, amazing.
Some people love it, and some people hate it, apparently.
Yep.
For instance, I watched a movie on Netflix called Mudbound.
Yes. That opened at Sundance.
That
was a Sundance last time.
Yes.
And I have watched that because it is being talked up for Oscar consideration because it did play in some theaters before it played on Netflix.
It's horribly depressing.
Yes.
And never lets up.
It seemed like a homework movie to me.
It is very well done. Mary J. Blige is being talked up as an Oscar nominee.
She's great
for it. So.
All the performances are great, but it's just it's called Mudbound, and most of the movie takes place in mud.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so in our next break, we'll talk about your lists for the year. But let's start. There's only two, and they're both fartsies. Only two movies opening this week.
Yeah, the art house theaters sort of are relying on the stuff that got them here through the end of last year.
Well, there's lots of good stuff there. If you haven't been to Broadway or Tower, there's 3 billboards. There's Shape of Water. There's all kinds of good stuff there.
Yeah. Next week and into January, more of the platform stuff.
Yeah.
So you didn't see I, Tonya?
I did not.
I wanted to hear about that.
I know. The distributor was very parsimonious in stingy in its handing out of screeners and whatnot.
That's weird because there's some nominations here.
Yep. This is the story. This is the story of Tonya Harding, the figure skater and scandal magnate. Played by Margot Robbie, who's up for a Golden Globe, as is Allison Janney playing her mother.
The little bits I've seen of her are hilarious.
Well, Allison Janney is just amazing. So, I want to see that one as well. So, I will go find it like a normal person. The other movie opening this week, first week in January, it always happens. Some low budget horror movie is pretty much the only studio movie coming out. Mm-hmm. And this year it's Insidious: The Last Key, which is the 4th in this franchise. The 4th.
I didn't realize there were that many.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It started back in 2010. You remember the story of Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne and their kid and so on.
There you go.
Actually a good movie. And the second one was pretty good too. Now the third one went back in time to the focus on the psychic character, Elise Rainier, played by Lynn Shay. And this one also focuses on her. And Lynn Shay, great character actress, very plays this no-nonsense
Now I have to look and see
character.
who she is.
She's done the Insidious movies and all of the Insidious movies and a few other sort of comedy roles. I think she was in Something About Mary or something.
She was the old lady in Something About Mary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It helps that her brother used to run New Line Cinema. So.
Yeah.
But she's fun, and in this one she goes back her scariest case ever, because it was her old house, the house that she grew up in, which was filled with demons and ghosts and bad stuff.
Of course.
So
that's why she became who she was.
Exactly. And it all goes back to like her abusive father and abandoning the family and the mother dying from something mysterious, and that the little girl Elise allowed into the house and so on. And when as a teenager she leaves the house, leaves behind her brother who still lives in the town many years later. So it is surprisingly okay.
Really?
It is
surprisingly
it's good. It's got some good jump scares if you're into that. It's PG-13 horror, so you're not going to get super violent buckets of blood. But it's got some good jump scares, and for a haunted house movie, which is exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And Lynn Shay sells it. She is very, very committed to this role and very committed to this very, very unusual character in horror, in that she is like this sort of she's a psychic who has this gift, but she's also very sort of matter of fact, grandmotherly, no nonsense about it. And just the fact that a major studio release centering around a 64-year-old
that's kind of nice
actress is in itself pretty cool. So
it's kind of Insidious if you think about it.
It is in its own way. So it's pretty good. So 3 stars.
3?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I know. Surprised me too.
Did not expect that.
I did not either. I went in expecting very little, and
I'm not going to go see it though, because I feel that I won't know what's going on if I haven't seen the first.
Well, that's the thing about these types of movies is that they're very inexpensive to make.
Yes.
And they got a built-in audience, and people will go see them.
It'll make money.
And it makes money.
There are people that saw the last ones, some, or they'll wait till it's on DVD and they can watch it at home, or or on Netflix.
Yeah.
And so and they don't cost a lot to make.
All right. Well, let us know what you think of I, Tonya when you see it.
I shall.
3 stars for Insidious: The Last Key. All right, we will get to your lists. coming
Best
up after
films.
these.
Do you have a worst list?
I got best and
Okay.
worst.
Best and
Okay,
worst
we can talk
coming
about
up
both.
after these. Stand by.
Traffic, you want some of that, I bet. That's what that music says. I wasn't ready. Crash northbound I-15, milepost 266 north of Center Street in Utah County. Crash southbound I-15, milepost 281 in Lehigh. Bless you.
Bless you.
Crash US 89 4th North in Fruit Heights. Crash northbound I-15 Beck Street, US 89 in Davis County. That's off to the right shoulder. That's traffic. Brought to you by X96. Proud to welcome Sleeping with Sirens to the Complex on Friday, February 9th. Tickets are on sale now at thecomplexslc.com, or you could win a pair of tickets by going to x96.com.
Hi, it's me, Bill Allred, and as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing better than good conversation and good food. So I've put them together with a podcast called The Let's Go Eat Show. We eat good food and we talk to interesting people. Find my podcast at theletsgoeatshow.com.
Radio from Hell on X96.
And he has, in fact, put up that billboard.
That is, right there.
Dylan can probably find a copy of it and put it up on x96.com/live and see it.
It has blurbs.
Yeah.
There are blurbs.
We're back with Sean Patrick Means, and he's going to talk about his 10 best and 10 worst movies of the year. I guess we should start with the worst.
Oh, let's start with the best.
No, the worst are fun. You want to start with the best.
Well,
you end with the worst.
Well, we can argue about the best, too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you got?
Well, we'll do the countdown here. Number 10 is The Post. Steven Spielberg can make movies, apparently.
Yeah.
Don't know if you knew that about him. This is a great living history of the Washington Post trying to publish the Pentagon Papers, partly after the New York Times started, so they're playing catch up, but then also fighting the Nixon administration all the way to the Supreme Court, at great personal risk to Katharine Graham, the publisher, and her family business. And great performances. Tom Hanks is Ben Bradley, and especially Meryl Streep. Again,
I said to myself, though, when I heard about this movie and being made, and I said, I wonder who they'll get to play Katharine Graham. Oh, Meryl Streep. I mean,
you get the best.
Of course, you get Meryl
but
Streep.
It's just sort of so predictable.
No. The thing is, here's the thing. She brings it, and if this were some actress that we didn't know coming into this, everybody would be
no one would care.
No, they'd be saying, okay, this is hands down the Oscar winner. No, give the statue to her now. But because it's Meryl Streep, we're all, oh geez, it's Meryl again.
I mean, that's kind of the way I feel. Yeah. It's like, who would he get to play?
Is
Katharine
she a
Graham?
victim of her own success,
Yes.
Bill?
A little, yes.
Yeah,
Bill has reached Streep fatigue.
Yes,
well,
exactly.
But this is great and obviously very timely.
It's educational.
Educational and like I said, obviously very timely to our current situation of a corrupt administration not wanting to face up to the media.
There has been no evidence of any corruption or collusion in my administration.
You're the puppet.
just all the indictments and whatnot. Yeah. Number 9, Battle of the Sexes.
Oh yeah, the tennis.
With the Billie Jean King, Bobby Riggs. Again, history made alive and worthwhile. Emma Stone, Steve Carell, very funny as Bobby Riggs, and capturing a moment and capturing a mood that is still a thing in our country. So, number 8, Megan Levy. This was a true story. Kate Mara played a young Marine.
Oh, the dog, the army
with a,
dog,
dog team, Marine dog, bomb sniffing dog. Great portrait of heroism, and also a great sort of portrait of a young woman finding where her place in the world is.
So 3 educational films in a row there.
All right.
How about something fun?
Okay, well, give you a minute. Number 7, Wind River, great police procedural thriller filmed in Utah.
Yes.
I didn't like it as well as
me.
The first one he did, with Jeff Bridges.
Oh, Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water. I didn't like it as well.
He didn't direct Hell or High Water, and he didn't direct Sicario either, which he wrote.
He wrote them, but
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But this one he wrote and directed. Jeremy Renner, Elizabeth Olsen, great performances there, and just this great sort of insight into a place and a scenario.
Hard movie to watch in some instances.
A bit. It's very intense.
John Bernthal is in it. He's really
he kind of scares me.
Yeah.
I've been reading about John Bernthal.
He's very intense,
and he
as an
scares
actor.
me.
Yeah. Number 6, Patty Cakes. This was at Sundance.
Oh, the rap.
Young New Jersey teenager wants to get out of her small town by becoming a rap star. Very funny, very insightful. Danielle McDonald, great performance, and Bridget Everett, the comedian who plays her mother in this, is both funny and heartbreaking. So, number 5, Phantom Thread. This comes out on the 19th. This is Paul Thomas Anderson.
Okay, help me care about it, because it looks really.
It is okay. I know it's hard. It's hard when you have words like exquisite and painstaking and things like that.
A guy who makes dresses.
And this is Daniel Day-Lewis in his final. This is why you care. It's Daniel Day-Lewis at his best in what he says is going to be his final film role. He says he's quitting and going to go home and make furniture or something. And it's also this great psychological thriller in the mold of like Rebecca and something like that, because he brings a woman into his life who is much more than she seems to be.
Okay.
So, number 4, The Big Sick.
Okay. I love that
Possibly the
movie.
best romantic comedy of the year.
I love
Kumail Nanjiani and his wife telling the story of how they met, and him dealing with her parents when she is
in a coma,
put in a coma because of a mysterious illness.
Is Holly Hunter up for?
Holly Hunter should be up
She's very
for
funny.
various things. She may get a nomination for
hope
it.
so.
Holly Hunter and Ray Romano both really good as the parents.
Yeah,
very funny, very sweet movie.
The woman who plays his wife, who is that?
Zoe Kazan.
She's really good.
She's always good. She's going to be at Sundance because she co-wrote a movie with her partner Paul Dano.
Oh, yeah.
Called Wildlife. Number 3, The Florida Project.
Yes.
Yeah, hard to watch again.
Again, hard to watch. Life for impoverished people in a motel in the shadow of Disney World, in Orlando, seen through the eyes of a 6-year-old for whom this is all a giant playground, and maybe not quite understanding all the horrible things happening.
She's great.
She's great. The woman who plays her mother, who's spiraling in poverty, is great. And Willem Dafoe, great performance there.
I'm hearing good things about Willem Dafoe.
Number 2, Get Out.
Yes.
Great.
Very good movie.
Best one of the year for me.
Great horror thriller, great suspense thriller, and the message underneath it. There are so many layers to this thing.
Yes. He says it's a documentary.
And the notion of black people, white people, all the stuff that happens.
Everybody is good in this too.
Yeah. It is so intense and so just chilling. And the more you watch it, the more you get out of it.
Even Allison
The more you
Williams.
get out of it.
Even
See?
Allison Williams is good in this.
Some say it's the role she was born to play.
Could be.
And then number 1, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Look at you.
Yes.
All
Look
right.
at me. I'm sorry. You cannot find. Blockbusters get degraded because there's the studios and whatnot, studios and compromises and whatnot. But this one held true to everything that Wonder Woman should be, and held true to, being an epic that was also very personal and very very emotional. And you look at the impact the movie has had.
Oh yeah.
I mean, young girls have
My
got
daughter
a hero.
loves it.
Exactly, and there are daughters across the world who are having that moment and, because of this movie.
And
it was also a heck of a lot of fun.
That scene where she comes up out of the trench, that's got to be up
No
there with
Man's
some
Land.
of the best, war fighting scenes. It's
Yes.
got to be.
That's an amazing scene. But I love how she can do that in 1 minute and another minute just completely be enraptured with the first time she tastes ice cream. I mean, it is just, and Gal Gadot just
Love her
to death. So she's wonderful. So
You got just a few minutes.
That's
Let's
my
go
number.
through the worst.
Okay, the worst. I'll do them 1 to 10 here. Number 1, worst of the worst, the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
That was your worst.
That was my worst.
That was a lot of people's worst.
Yeah, it because it deserved it.
Yes.
I think Sony Pictures Animation should just go sell
Shut
aluminum
up.
siding.
Shut up. Shut up shop.
Yeah. Number 2, Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul, and it's telling that the top 2 in my worst list are kids movies because. I'm one of those people that thinks that kids movies need to be actually under more scrutiny than other movies.
Really?
In the same way that you don't want sharp edges on your Tonka.
Okay.
And there were plenty of good kid movies this year.
There were.
Yes. Number 3, Transformers: The Last Knigget.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Downsizing. Number 5, Unforgettable. And you're gonna have to remember what this was.
No, I don't.
This was Katherine Heigl, Crazy Psycho, Rosario
okay.
Dawson
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
thriller. Number 6, two PG-13 horror movies, proving why PG-13 horror movies are a waste of time.
Okay.
The Bye Bye Man and Wish Upon.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 7, The Snowman.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Awful and pretentious all at the same time.
It's getting on an awful lot of worst lists. I'm saying.
Number 8, Split.
Split.
I love James McAvoy's performance.
I thought people liked
but
this one.
I'm sorry, it was
Rapey
icky and gross and
rapey.
very rapey.
Very rapey.
And in the final scene goes back and basically trashes the memory of the one good movie M. Night Shyamalan ever made.
Well, I wasn't going to see this one until I heard that they are making another movie
Yes.
in this universe
Yes.
where Bruce Willis's character from Unbreakable comes back, as does
We're
Samuel
giving away the end of the
Jackson's.
movie here, but
yeah, well, if you don't deserve a secret special ending, and they're going to be in a movie with this the Horde, this character,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Horde,
yeah.
and it's going to be a big
Yeah,
superhero bust up.
it was bad enough on its own. Putting it into the universe of what is still the best M. Night Shyamalan movie ever just ticked me off.
All right.
Number 9, Baywatch.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and number 10, The Only Living Boy in New York, which is this.
You didn't like that.
That
one,
was
I
an
remember.
awful. Again, gee, a guy just out of college and you make it out to a Simon and Garfunkel tune. Where have we heard that before?
Do I remember either the New York Times or the New Yorker gave Baywatch a good review?
Possibly.
Which I was stunned by because it was the only good review I saw.
There's no accounting for taste.
There isn't.
Well, thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
And we can click on these where?
Those are online at sltrib.com.
All right.
sltrib.com. You can find Sean's lists and
Go
movie
read-
reviews.
Yeah, go read the deep dive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go do it.
Crash southbound I-15 at Beck Street, US 89. Left lane is closed there. Crash at the off-ramp westbound SR 201 32nd West in Salt Lake. Crash northbound I-15 just north of Center Street in Utah County.
Don't cry. It's
Well,
okay.
I'm not. It's going. It was strong this morning, and now it's going. Crash southbound I-15 at milepost 281 in Lehigh. That's traffic.
Boners round 2 coming up. Here are your candidates. Number 1, you can pray the gay away. Number 2, how else are you supposed to deal with a bad girl? And boner candidate number 3, somebody could get hurt. Excuse me. Somebody could get hurt by those T-shirts.
All right, round 2 of your boner voting, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo, coming up in just a moment. RanLife.com is the website.
Yes, Ran Life, our good friends, the local mortgage folks at Ran Life. I have a mortgage through them, and they're just so easy to deal with.
Well, yeah, they were there for you every step of the way.
No, not only that, but I remember they got a hold of you when rates changed and said, "Hey, Bill, you might want to refinance."
Yep. And I said, I can't bring the papers down to your office. And the guy who was working with me said, I'll come and get them from you. It's okay. Ran Life, fast loan closings, in-house advantage because they have their own processors and underwriters. You get the comfort of knowing that your loan is in their hands at all times, never a third party. Experts in mortgage and finance. Whether you need to speak with a loan officer, a realtor, or credit repair. If you're not quite there where you can buy a house, they can help you with credit repair as well. So it's Ran Life. They're a local mortgage company. Great customer service. I guarantee that. You can go to ranlife.com or call them 801-478-4500. Ran Life.
Squatters and X96 present
Lights, Camera, Brunch.
Sunday, January 21st, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at Squatters Pub Brewery, 147 West Broadway in downtown Salt Lake.
Join Bill, Gina, and special guests, director Trent Harris and actor Jay Whitaker, as we eat, drink, and discuss the latest indie film in our Not Safe for Radio podcast.
Now, brunch costs $15 and includes a keepsake pint glass and photo opportunities courtesy of tapsnap.net. Plus, we'll be raffling off prizes, including tickets to the Sundance Film Festival and reggae concert featuring Stick Figure.
It's Lights, Camera, Brunch, January 21st at Squatters. Space is limited. Reserve your spot today at x96.com. X96 is an official provider to the 2018 Sundance Film Festival.
Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. What you got there is Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 8:21 right now. Time for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote which of these 3 candidates is the worst of these 3. Which one deserves to go forward to Boner Fight and get a 50-50 chance of becoming Boner of the Day. Boner Fight happens at 9:20. 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the big boy news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a much sought-after hearty handshake from Bill Allred.
I will give you a hearty handshake if you are a random boner voter in this round, round 2. All you have to do is come up to me and say, I was random, round 2. I'd like a hearty handshake. And
Bill
I'll
will give it to you.
Right. So here's boner candidate number 1. You can pray away the gay. Well, pray the gay away. An evangelical Christian group is using social media to promote the scientifically discredited and flat-out lethal idea that gay, lesbian, or bisexual people can change their sexual orientation if they just pray hard enough. Anchored North, a conservative Christian charity, tells the story of a young woman. I watched some of this video.
How could you?
So it's kind of highly well-produced with actors. Tells the story of a young woman named Emily Thomas in a video titled Love is Love. And Thomas says that after studying the Bible and repenting of her sins, she was able to leave her super wild life as a lesbian and marry.
Because all lesbians are wild. Yeah. They're crazy partiers.
And marry a man. The video appears to be designed to attract the attention of young queer people or teens who are questioning their sexuality. Love is love is a phrase often used to promote acceptance of LGBTQ relationships. Anchored North, the Christian group, also used a rainbow flag in the video's thumbnail, appropriating what has become a unifying symbol of the gay rights movement. And you watch it, if you don't know what it is, the first few minutes of it seem very innocent and sweet. Mm-hmm. Scenes of teens dancing to party music. And
they suck you in.
And 2 girls laughing, really cute girls laughing and holding hands, walking down the street. And then...
And does everything turn dark?
And then they become gay. They're gay for each other. But the one girl, she prays and reads the Bible, and she's no longer a lesbian.
I'm just curious. If I, a straight person, pray really hard, really, really hard,
and really mean it,
could I be gay?
Sure.
Can it go the other way?
No, I don't think you can pray the gay into you.
I don't know
if it works one way, you should be able to work the other way.
I think
you don't know how religion works.
I think your relationship with God is a one-way street, baby. It's
a straight one-way.
Straight, no curves, nothing. Boner candidate number 1, you can pray away the gay.
There you go.
Number 2, well, how else are you supposed to deal with a bad girl? The chairman of a company that publishes 6 newspapers in Alabama has been accused of assaulting female employees by spanking them. While he was a newsroom executive a few decades ago, in reports published in Alabama news outlets, at least 3 women came forward to say that H. Brant Ayers, who became a nationally known voice of Southern liberalism during his tenure as editor and publisher of the Anniston Star, assaulted them back in the 70s, one time using a metal ruler.
Well, they've been very, very naughty.
Well, the woman and other former newsroom employees say that Mr. Ayers had a reputation for spanking women. Now, Mr. Ayers is now 82 years old. He is chairman of Consolidated Publishing Company, which operates 6 newspapers, and he put out a statement after these women came forward saying, well, I did some things that I regret when I was a young man with more authority than judgment. An online publication, Alabama Political Reporter, said that one of the women was specific about what happened, said that she was working as a part-time clerk in a nearly deserted newsroom on a Saturday morning when Mr. Ayers asked her to read one of his columns. And she jokingly said who had really written it. And he said, "Oh, you are being a bad girl."
Oh, so she was a bad girl.
You know what I do to bad girls, don't you? I spank them. And then Ayers apparently forcibly pulled her out of her chair and spanked her with a metal ruler.
Well, she had it coming.
Apparently she did. She was, this is no joking matter. You think I didn't write that column? She said the episode led to her to seek counseling years later. Boner candidate number 2, well, how else are you supposed to deal with a bad girl? Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. You know, somebody could get hurt by those T-shirts.
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 2, coming up after this. Big boy news and opinnuendo, brought to you by
Haster Games has the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, located at 6831 South State and online at hastergames.com.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions.
Jefferson Beauregard
Sessions is rescinding the Obama-era policy that had paved the way for legalized marijuana to flourish in states across the country. That's according to 2 people with knowledge of the decision. Sessions will instead, apparently, let federal prosecutors, where pot is legal, decide how aggressively to enforce federal marijuana laws. The people familiar with the plan spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss it before an announcement expected on Thursday. The move by President Trump's Attorney General likely will add to confusion about whether it's okay to grow, buy, or use marijuana in states where pot is legal, since longstanding federal law prohibits it. It comes days after pot shops opened in California, launching what is expected to become the world's largest market for legal recreational marijuana. And as polls show, a solid majority of Americans believe the drug should be legal. Now, while Mr. Sessions has been carrying out a Justice Department agenda that follows Trump's top priorities on such issues as immigration and opioids, the changes to pot policy reflect his own concerns. Trump's personal view on marijuana is largely unknown. So
this is basically a big middle finger to California, isn't it?
So you say, well, the local federal prosecutors can decide how they want to move. If they want to just keep looking the other way, they can. But where are those federal prosecutors coming from?
Yeah.
How many of them are Trump nominees?
Well, and it leaves it up to them.
Yeah.
So they.
Yeah. So
probably not a lot will come from this.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not sure of that, but what does come from it will further muddy the waters.
Yeah.
Which is terrible. You need a clear policy. Either say, okay, we're cracking down on it, you can't do it, and crack down on it, or legalize it, remove the federal laws.
Well, maybe him doing this, which I still think is just a big middle finger, because that's the policy of this administration is just, the tears of liberals.
Making statements.
That's all that they care about.
We're making a statement. We're not going to do anything.
Yeah, we're pissing off liberals, and that's why they did this, and because Jeff Sessions thinks that marijuana is the demon weed. Mm-hmm. Maybe him doing this is what will force the hand of lawmakers.
I don't know.
To get around to this, we got to address this because so many states are legalizing.
So this could be a good thing?
So I'm trying to,
Okay. I'll look for a positive.
I'm trying to bong half empty you or half full.
I don't think it's... So there are a lot of people out there who love In-N-Out Burger.
Yes.
And In-N-Out Burger is notorious for not really changing their menu ever. They have the same basic stuff all the time. Well, they're adding a new menu item, the first time in 15 years.
Onion rings.
No.
No? Okay.
No, it's not onion rings. Not a hot dog. No, it's hot cocoa.
No.
Hot cocoa.
This is not... There's no demand for hot cocoa.
Customers in California, Utah, Arizona, Texas, Nevada, and Oregon, where In-N-Out operates. Hot cocoa. Yeah. The last time they added a menu item, by the way, 15 years ago, it was lemonade. So
That was the big.
Why not onion? The natural
No.
thing is an onion.
No.
Give me an onion
No.
ring.
No. Because you know what it is? They can't decide. Nobody can come to a decision on what kind of onion ring it should be.
That's true.
Should it be the puffy beer battered kind of
Yeah,
onion ring,
many
or
different
should it be
kinds.
the?
I prefer a panko breaded.
I
breaded?
prefer the crunchy kind. I don't like the big soft
No, I like a
beer
crunchy
batter onion.
panko.
But see, there's your argument right there. We'd have to offer both kinds. We can't do that. Frozen sharks. It's so cold that the Cape Cod Times reports that on New Year's Eve, a frozen shark was discovered in an ice pack, floating on an ice pack out in the ocean. According to the report, some scientists say the thresher shark is relatively ill-equipped to generate heat. Its threshold is water below 44 degrees for an extended period of time. Scientists also... So 4 sharks, they think, have frozen to death because it's so cold. The water has gotten so cold off the eastern coast.
Okay, but they're not stationary.
Well,
swim.
Gina, if I throw you in a cold pond, it doesn't matter whether you're stationary or not, you're eventually going to succumb to the cold. If you just keep moving, do you think if you could just keep moving in freezing water that you'd somehow stay alive? No, you would not. You would die.
But they're better at it.
They probably would be better on the radio than you are.
That's all they do is swim and eat. I learned that from Jaws.
Swim and eat and make little
And
sharks.
make little sharks.
Jacqueline Kent Cook, the millionaire socialite daughter of former Washington Redskins owner Jack Kent Cook, was arrested for assaulting and making an anti-Semitic slur to a stranger at a fancy Manhattan restaurant and then bashing him in the head with her purse. There's a picture of the guy who'd been hit by, he's got blood running down his face. She's this socialite in Washington. Cook allegedly whacked Matthew Habercorn, outside an Upper East Side restaurant. Caravaggio left him with a bloody gash on his head. The world has gone crazy. The world has literally gone crazy. Safety inspections for your cars. They've gotten rid of them here in Utah. They were talking about it. They did it. The Utah Division of Motor Vehicles is reminding drivers that although safety inspections are no longer required on passenger vehicle registrations in Utah, they are required for vehicles whose registrations expired in 2017. So if you
all right.
So I licensed one of my cars, relicensed it last year in 2017, and it had to have a safety inspection.
Yeah,
and I have that. But I guess going forward from 2018, you won't need them. Legislation discontinuing the safety inspection requirement became effective on Monday, but it doesn't change requirements in place prior to that date. So that means a passenger vehicle registration expires in 2017. That would have required a safety inspection at that time.
So mine expires this month.
So you won't have to have one.
But I do have to go in for emissions.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but I don't need to know your medical history.
All right.
So,
it's confusing.
It is. It is very confusing. Paul Manafort.
Ooh.
Former Trump campaign chairman. Now under indictment by Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller, has filed a lawsuit against Robert Mueller and against Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein and the Department of Justice, a suit that experts quickly said has little chance of any success. In his complaint, though, Paul Manafort alleges that Mueller's investigation, quote, diverged from its focus on alleged collusion between the Russian government and President Trump's campaign. The investigation of Mr. Manafort is completely unmoored from the special counsel's original jurisdiction to investigate links and or coordination between the Russian government. But that's the thing. The special prosecutor can go anywhere he thinks he needs to go in order to find out the information.
And this is
he has latitude.
This is just a Hail Mary.
It's a frivolous frivolous lawsuit. And Manafort, I'm guessing, is going to do some jail time.
Oh, yeah.
At some point. You remember you remember former Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Speaking of praying away the gay.
Lord Jesus.
She's a pray away. Her husband. That's how her husband did it.
Her husband, Paul, I believe.
That's how he keeps the gay at bay.
She's thinking now. Al Franken out of the Senate and appointed to finish his term is the governor? Is it a woman?
Lieutenant governor.
Lieutenant governor of Minnesota. Minnesota, where Michelle Bachmann. She's. I think I might run for Al Franken's seat in the Senate. How would that be?
I don't think so.
I think if people of Minnesota wanted Al Franken, they don't want.
Yeah.
I think
Michelle
they're done.
Bachmann.
I think they're done with Michelle Bachmann.
Yes.
But here's a picture of her, and as you know, I always thought she was kind of hot.
She got the crazy eyes.
Yeah, she really does.
Right.
Are we done?
Yeah, weather traffic.
The weather is dumb, meaning it's warm and the air is bad.
We ought to have the Sharks come here.
Yeah, they'd be just fine here. And we'll get one of those nice January rainstorms that we all love so much on Saturday to clear the air out. So that's something, I suppose. We can look forward to that. Crash eastbound 123rd South at 265 West in Draper. It's off to the right shoulder. Crash southbound I-15 at Beck Street, US 89. Left lane is closed there. Crash off-ramp westbound SR 201 at 32nd West. Crash northbound I-15 at milepost 266. That's just north of Center Street. Also crash southbound I-15 at milepost 281 in Lehigh. X96 welcomes Paris to the Depot on Saturday, March 3rd. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and the Depot box office.
As our mystery consultant, the all-knowing suit says, January showers bring not February flowers, they bring dead polar bears and widespread famine.
It doesn't rhyme.
Doesn't rhyme.
No, but it's more accurate.
I'll take it.
Sure. Here's boner candidate number 3. Somebody could get hurt by those T-shirts. 2 Tooele High School seniors thought that the shirt that they wore to class on Tuesday showed support for the military and each other's decision to join the Army. However, the school principal didn't share the same beliefs. If you go to x96.com/live, you can see a picture of the T-shirts. This is on the back of them. I love our principal, said Jaden Brown. I have respect for him, and I see why he made the decision, but I was a little let down that I couldn't wear the T-shirt. It all started after the boys received a Christmas present. The gift was 2 shirts. Each one of them, their parents got them for them, that said Brothers in Arms on the back, along with a picture of an M4 gun rifle. The gift came from one of the boys' parents. One of the boys plans to graduate a semester early so he can go to basic training in Georgia, and then his best friend, the other kid, Seth Nelson, plans to sign up for the Army next week when he turns 18. So they're going to join. It's been a dream of theirs together for a long time. They want to go to the Army together, be in the Army at the same time.
Okay.
One of their parents got them this shirt, Brothers at Arms, but the principal says, nope, you can't wear those shirts. Tooele County School District Student Handbook reads, clothing, paraphernalia, jewelry shall be free of writing, pictures, or any other insignias which are crude, vulgar, profane, violent, or sexually suggestive.
That's violent.
I guess.
The argument could be made.
But again, if you say to the principal, well, we were going to join the Army together, and that one our parents gave us these shirts, and we bonded over it, and we went wouldn't a right-thinking principal go, oh yeah, okay, I get that. I will make an allowance in this case.
I disagree with you on this one, Bill.
I do not.
Because it's not obvious from that shirt the backstory. So you can't go around explaining to everybody.
Well, and you're right, Gina. Somebody could get hurt by those shirts.
No, I just mean it could be threatening.
No, it's not threatening. It's a T-shirt.
I disagree with you.
Boner candidate number 3. Somebody could get hurt by those shirts.
That's not.
They're not threatening.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, you can pray the gay away. It's a viral video from an evangelical Christian charity that claims that people can stop being gay if they just read the Bible and pray hard enough. Boner candidate number 2, how else are you supposed to deal with a bad girl? An elderly newspaper executive in Alabama accused of spanking female reporters for being bad girls. And boner candidate number 3, somebody could get hurt by those T-shirts.
All right. You've got to decide which of these 3 are the worst. Which of these 3 deserves to go forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight? Which one of these 3 needs a 50-50 chance of becoming Boner of the Day? You decide. Candidate number 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number. Put that in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or text short code. You can also call. Use your voice. 877-602-9696. If you're near a phone that's not moving. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 2, January 4, and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh. It'll appear. And do it quickly. You've only got 3 minutes to get your vote in, so let's go. It's Round 2.
Stay tuned for a 1-hour nonstop music wingding right after Radio from Hell on X96.
Richie called me last night to ask if he should have said something. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was a little.
You had
I
that
did a
little
little.
panic look on your face.
Yeah.
He called me. He'd said something yesterday to management, and we won't go into what that was.
Okay.
But he called me and asked me. He told me what he said, and then he said, "Do you think I should have done that?" Now,
well,
when
you ask that question,
you should probably already know the answer,
it
right?
It means, yeah, you shouldn't have asked.
But I think you didn't care for my response.
Well, no, because you actually told me honestly. Most of the time, you just tell me, I don't care, or it doesn't matter, or, you know, whatever you choose is the best decision for you. Bill always gives me those vague, like, parental answers. So I go, okay, perfect. I can justify it in my mind and move on.
And when I say that, I mean that.
Sure.
Because it doesn't matter in the long run. Just make a choice and go with that.
Mm-hmm.
But what he called me about last night, I said, yeah, probably not. probably shouldn't have done that.
Well, now I'm curious as to what
I'll
it
tell
is.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you off the air. But you shouldn't have done that. And now that you have, there's nothing you can do about it. So I would just...
Well, and since that conversation, I received communication back, and the dust is settled, and it's fine.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh,
good.
okay. So, but was it the thing you were telling me about?
About this morning, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, you probably. That seemed awfully ballsy. But is that the new Richie? Is that the I'm standing up to?
Yeah, a little bit.
But it just seemed to, and as I said to him, there are certain positions worth taking and certain positions not worth taking.
It's the pick your battles.
Yeah, you got to just, and this was the wrong battle to pick.
Right.
And then I said, and if you don't like it here, just get out.
Well, and that's all because you're not used to standing up for yourself. You're learning.
Right, I'm getting there.
Well, it's hard to do.
It's hard to do because the other part of Richie, and you guys have never seen this. The other part of Richie used to have
the gay part.
No,
that's the part
You've seen
we
the
have
gay
seen.
part.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The really bad temper, and
you
the raging. Oh yeah.
Huh.
For a long time in my early teen years, it was everything would set me off, and just
Did you get in fights with people?
More verbal, but just terribly abusive language coming from me towards people. Swearing at my mom and not running away, but that kind of kid running away that you do. Mm-hmm. And the whole deal. And,
slamming doors.
Yeah,
you were a door slammer.
Oh yeah,
big
and
door
I
slammer.
hate you.
Yeah,
and
big door slammer.
all that stuff. And then
how did you get rid of that?
I just decided it's not who I wanted to be anymore. But sometimes it comes back a little bit. See on the.
You might be. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there he is.
I was full of rage one time in my life. Oh, hello.
(7602-9696) or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, it's 8:46. Time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 brought to you entirely by?
In part by.
In part by, some fruitcake.
Oh.
Did you bring some in?
No, I meant to and I didn't. I'll bring some tomorrow.
You don't have to meet a creepy guy in a parking lot this holiday season to get a good deal on a used smartphone. Bad Apple guarantees their refurbished phones. If you don't know which make and model they want, grab them a gift card, badapplerepair.com.
I will warn you about the fruitcake. My son does not like it. My young son does not like it because he takes a couple of bites. He goes, "Oh, it tastes too much like booze." But that's part
what
of what
you
I
like about
part
it.
of what I like about it. So we had boner candidate to number 1. You can pray the gay away. An evangelical Christian charity claiming that people can stop being gay if they just pray hard enough and read the Bible. Boner candidate number 2. How else are you supposed to deal with a bad girl? It's a newspaper executive accused of spanking female reporters for being bad girls. And boner candidate number 3. Somebody could get hurt by those T-shirts. A couple of kids out at Tooele High School banned from wearing Brothers in Arms T-shirts with rifle designs on them. They both wanted to join the Army at the same time. Tooele High School principal will have none of it. Let's see. Who do you think won? Any predictions? They were all kind of equal, I thought, in a way. No prediction?
I have no prediction.
No.
The winner by a large margin. Boner candidate number 3, somebody could get hurt by those T-shirts. There you go.
All right.
I disagree.
I think that's why people voted for
Probably.
it. I'm thinking.
Well, it, regardless, goes up against the winner of round 1 boner voting in Boner Fight. That will happen at 9:20. It might be Boner of the Day.
So I went to the doctor yesterday for an annual physical. And they do a really extensive physical. As a matter of fact, it's a 2-parter. So I went yesterday to get all of these tests and blood drawn. And she took a pint of blood out of me. Like, you know how they do like different little vials of blood when they draw your blood? Because they check them for different things.
Yeah.
Or like 5 or 6 vials of blood.
Vials.
Yeah. And they check your eyes, and they do this thing where they check to see if your aorta is enlarged.
How's your aorta?
It's good.
Okay, good.
I have a good aorta.
Nice.
They check to see if your it's really weird how they do it too. They check to see if your blood flows well through your body, and that's kind of a complicated test, and they do that, and they do. So the good news, I had good news and bad news in my physical. Should I do the good news first?
Well, yeah, I always do the good news.
The good news is, I love this song. By the way, I did have a coconut power bar right after the physical. So the good news is, I've thought for the longest time that my hearing was really bad because of wearing headphones for so many years, and I do find myself saying what say that again, to like a lot to my wife, but so they do a hearing check, and actually my hearing's just fine.
Real? That surprises me.
Yeah, she
I
said,
feel like you have
So
I'm with you a lot, and I feel like you have a hard time hearing things.
So what that says to me is that you're choosing not to hear us.
Selective hearing.
She said you have lost a little bit of upper range, very high range hearing. Just a little bit, but not bad for, what certainly for what you do and all of that. So your hearing's fine. The bad news is on all of my legal documents and my driver's license and everything, it says that I know I'm short, but it says that I'm 5 feet 6 inches tall.
Uh-oh.
I'm not. It's all a lie. I'm 5 feet 4.5 inches tall.
That's quite a difference.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Now, maybe when you had your back surgery, maybe
it compacted.
Maybe you
Did
lost.
they remove something?
I'm only sort of joking about that.
It could be. I don't know. I keep saying my youngest child, my daughter, I keep saying, "Wow, you're getting taller. You're almost as tall as I am." No, I'm shrinking. I think there's some, maybe when the blood work comes back, there'll be some condition that
Are you downsizing, Bill?
Maybe I am. I'm going to have, I guess next time I have to fill out something like that. I guess I could fudge and put 4'5".
Well, because I was thinking that, when you get your driver's license, they don't have a measuring thing there.
They just rely on
ask you, how tall are you?
I used to put 6 feet. But then
nobody ever stopped.
But they would. Well, they did. I would try to put 6 feet, and they would look at it and go, "You want? Did you miss? There's a misprint, isn't it?"
Do we have a measuring tape in there, Dylan? Let's find out.
5 feet.
Because I'm
going to say 5 feet 5.
What have I got? I'm looking at my driver's license. Now I've got 5'8" down here, but I don't recall ever measuring myself for that information. I don't recall ever doing it.
Probably somewhere along the line you were at a doctor's office and they measured your height. And then,
I don't know where I came up with 5'8".
I think you might be taller than 5'8".
Think?
Well, it's because of the hat, Gina. You're taking in, you're measuring in the hat. Maybe I've got to start wearing bigger hats. That's what.
Ed Brass is concerned that pretty soon you'll be fighting spiders with a needle like the Incredible Shrinking Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of too.
Fighting spiders.
That's
Ant-Man.
That's a great scene.
He's Ant-Man.
Yeah, so that's the bad news. And then of course the blood work hasn't come back. There may be further bad news in 2 weeks when I go back.
Oh, great.
All right.
I went to the doctor and got medicine for my sickness yesterday.
Here's a text. My husband lost an inch after back surgery.
Yeah, I was only sort of kidding about that.
I suppose it really is possible because there's, they fuse those.
That's what I mean. They put
the two bottom vertebrae are fused together.
Yeah,
that's probably it. That's probably it.
Does that make you feel better if you can point to something?
No, I'm a shrimp. Let's face it. I'm a shrimp.
Oh, okay. So we got a measuring tape.
We're going to see if
What's the best way to do this?
Stand up against the wall.
Stand up against the wall.
Take your hat off.
Okay. Like that, right up against the window there.
Where do you want? Right here?
Yeah. And
science?
Well, sorta. I guess. Can you do that?
There you go. Yeah, do it that way.
This is.
I don't know. You direct me, Dylan.
I wish the camera was on.
Oh yeah,
now.
Richie's moving it. Can you tell?
5'8".
5'8". Oh,
5'8".
okay.
So that's right. Here, do me.
Do me next. Do me next. You have. Wait. How tall do you think you are?
I think I'm 5'6.5".
Yeah.
Stand up straight.
I used to be 5'6". Let's see. Are you 5?
Yeah, 5'6.5", 5'7".
Now somebody says that we need to stand and we need to mark it on the door
so people can
and
identify.
then do it year by year.
Do it year by year and see what happens.
I have that for my kids. Oh, it's so cute.
I think it's really nice, and I haven't taken advantage of it. But at the bank, they have that measure.
And,
I think it's nice
and the
to
Maverick, they have them at the Maverick.
So it took me a while to figure out why they had that there. What is that? Why?
So when the cops come, you can give a full description.
5'5".
5'5".
Well, with shoes on, because I didn't have shoes on.
Oh, those are big shoes.
I didn't have shoes on at the doctor, so I probably am 5'4.5".
Hmm.
That's That's diminutive.
You get mad when we tease you about it.
No, I don't.
Can I measure how thick those shoes are?
I don't care about.
Oh, is
being
that part of
short.
it?
They're very thick shoes.
'Cause I'm just wearing like Converse, so.
They're a half inch.
Okay. Well, all right.
Okay.
Fine. They're a half inch. Sure.
Okay, I'm 5'4". If that's what you want. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm tiny. I'm a powerhouse in a small package.
You're petite.
I'm diminutive. I'm the Tom Thumb of Salt Lake Radio.
I'm the Tom Thumb of Salt Lake.
All right, let's get
a
Doug.
voice guy.
Yeah.
He's the Tom Thumb of Salt Lake Radio.
I'm a diminutive newsman.
Diminutive newsman. Bill, all right.
Dylan,
Would you write that down?
Do one of your little little videos in between, and just have a hat at the bottom,
or just the top of his head.
Teeny tiny newsman, Bill Allred.
Are you on it?
But at least you can hear.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
I'm sorry.
It's the Allred family joke.
Yeah. What?
Is that he can't hear?
So our intern Nick had his eardrum exploded. So he's been
Yeah,
out
that's
sick.
weird, isn't it?
That's what I wrote in his get well card. What? 'Cause that's the Allred family joke.
Yep.
That
all
was
right.
skeleton one.
Okay, well we'll be back in a bit. Do you have some traffic, Gina? Our last check.
Oh, let's see. Why not? Crash southbound I-15 just north of Main Street in North Salt Lake. It's off to the right shoulder. Crash eastbound 123rd south, 265 west in Draper, also off to the right shoulder. Crash southbound I-15 at Beck Street, US 89. The left lane is closed there. And looks like that's about it. That's traffic.
All right, thank you very much. We'll be back with Boner Fight in the 9 o'clock hour. You'll find out who Boner of the Day is.
They also checked my eyes, my vision, as part of my physical, with a really cool eye test, the kind I'd never had before, where you look in a machine and it's got all these little different boxes and colored shapes and things. And my vision is really quite good.
Well, because
of Hoop's Vision.
Yes.
If you've been told that you're not a candidate for LASIK surgery, by the way, that was in the past. You may very possibly be a candidate now because the techniques have improved.
It's always changing, like that smile technique.
Yeah. Smile is gentle on the eye, has a quick recovery time. The smile procedure opens the opportunity for laser eye correction for more and more candidates. People in the past who had corneal distortions or dry eyes, they couldn't get laser eye surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now maybe you can. So call Hoop's Vision. They're the experts at this stuff. For a limited time, you can save $800 on a smile procedure. Call 877-305-2745. That's 877-305-2745. Or go to Hoop's Vision. That's HOOPESvision.com for more.
Attention, Utah residents. It's time again for the Radio from Hell Film Festival.
It's simple, easy, fun, and you could win $1,000.
Follow these 4 simple guidelines.
Include a flag of the United States of America in your film.
Include the phrase, in your area.
Make your film 5 minutes or less.
Less. Turn your film in by February 12th at 5 p.m.
Complete contest rules are available at x96.com. Make your film and win $1,000 from Radio from Hell, the Radio from Hell Film Festival on X96.
Hello, X96. Oh, hello, Bert. Bert, calm down, okay? Look, hang on a sec, okay? We'll talk to you on the speakerphone. Hang on just a second. Bill, it's Bert.
Oh, man. Bert, again? That's the third time this week.
Come on now. The guy's going through some real tough stuff right now. We may be the only friends he has left.
Well, why can't he call and cry to Dom?
Dom DeLuise has deserted him, too. I mean, look, let's talk to him. I mean, he's really hurting.
Oh, all right. Put him on the speakerphone. Okay. Hi, Bert. It's Carrie and Bill.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Bet you're real excited about that Cop and a Half movie finally coming out, Bert.
Bill, Cop and a Half has been out for a year, and it was a stiff. Bert, I saw that movie. It was great. I bought my own copy. You were great. That kid sucked.
Yeah, sorry, Bert. Well, hey, how's Lonnie doing?
Bill, Lonnie dumped him some time ago. Don't listen to him. She's a lying bitch, Bert. You're better off without her. And she looks like hell. Yeah, she looks like a mortician does her makeup.
Yeah, she looks awful, Bert. Not like you. You look great these days.
Yeah.
Saw you on Evening Shade the other night, Bert. Hey, you doing something different to your hair?
Jesus, hair fell out years ago. Nobody can tell, Bert. It looks great, very natural.
Oh, yeah, it's very nice. You must be paying big money for those rugs.
Oh, listen, Bert, I'm real sorry. I mean, you call us up so that we can cheer you up, and, well, I just don't think we're doing a very good job. No. Bert, is there another old friend that you can call?
I know, Bert. You ought to call Dinah. What's Dinah Shore doing?
Way to go, Einstein. Dinah Shore has been dead for months.
Oh. Well, how about we have him call Sally Field? Is she still alive?
You idiot.
Now, I got this email from Marianne Daly, and it says, Hi, Bill, longtime friend of the program. Listen and love the show. Nothing makes me my morning better. I work from home, so I always have the radio on, and more often than not, find myself laughing really, 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 really hard out loud, of course. I identify with you most of the time of the three. So it says, anyway, Marianne goes on to say, I'm writing lately due to the interns. I really enjoyed the interview you did with Matt. What a smart, charming, and funny man.
I didn't know I was on the webcam.
She didn't say anything about the way you looked at this point. Smart, charming, and funny. Shows real interest in radio. He's one to keep around.
Really? Keeper.
Oh, and he brought you Patron Silver. He rocks. He also has that radio voice. Forget that Guthrie guy. Oh no, it says Gumthrie.
Gumthrie?
Yeah, forget Gumthrie.
That's Guthrie's evil twin. Yeah.
Sorry, he just didn't do anything for me. And try to work it out so that Matt has some more radio time.
Ooh.
That would be sweet.
Matt, you are so cute.
I know.
And funny.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thanks, Marianne.
Wow.
Now, I just wonder if this would change Marianne's opinion at all. This is an email that I got from Matt.
From this Matt?
Yeah.
Wait, which? Oh, was this the one I sent on Monday?
I suppose so.
When you weren't here. Yeah.
Today, says Matt. Oh, it says subject. Hello, my name is Matt Timian, and I know how to offend the CEO of Simmons like no other. Today I wore a T-shirt that says Godweiser on the front and This Blood's for You on the back. Of course, it's a parody shirt.
Of course.
Oh, really?
No.
And it was meant to be serious and worn by Christians. I often find gems like these and wear them as a parody of a parody. Witty and original, I know. Anyway, the CEO of Simmons, I suppose he means Craig Hansen?
Yes.
It was Craig.
Craig was walking by me in the hallway with another gentleman in a suit, and after walking past me, they both stopped, turned around, and looked at my shirt. I pretended not to notice.
Looked at the ceiling.
I then heard them say, "We have some really interesting people working here." They continued to mumble about how interesting I am and then walked up the stairs.
You're making it sound a lot more positive than it really was.
Yes, I'm not taking it as positive at all. Yes, I know how to make an impression. Now I'm certain to get a job. Matt Timian. So, Marianne, there's just more evidence.
It's probably making her more hot for him.
Probably is.
Well,
here's Marianne's email, Matt, if you'd like to
thank
contact
you.
her.
That would be great.
Maybe she could help you with the crock pots and the little smokies.
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Matt Timian,
Oh,
our intern.
him and Marianne.
Matt and Marianne.
How nice.
I don't know. He's 2 divorces down already. I don't.
Well, if I could counsel Matt on anything, I'd just say don't do it again. Don't get married again.
Date all you want.
Date all you want, have a girlfriend, but don't marry again.
I don't trust Matt as far as I can throw him.
Really?
I think you should try to throw him.
I can't throw him. I can throw him an inch. That's how much I trust him.
Oh, I'm sure you can do more than an inch.
2 inches, maybe. I just can't. I'm kind of weak. You should know that about me. I'm weak.
I just thought you meant more. On this day.
I got to put a Spotify, go to Spotify and put a New Order playlist. On there.
On this day.
Yes.
Bernard Sumner was born.
Oh, how old?
He is 62.
Really?
He is 62.
I think that has such a great sound.
Mm-hmm.
They're their own thing for sure.
They had, it was synthesized music for the most part, but just great sounding. The arrangement of it is just great. I loved New Order and before them, what New Order came out of?
Joy
Division.
Joy Division.
I love Joy Division.
I liked electronic myself.
That's where you're going out of those 3?
Really?
They have one song that I really like.
And then who did Pineapple Face? It was one of them.
That was Peter Hook.
Peter Hook. I really liked that.
Yeah. Hi, Dylan.
Hi.
What's up?
I did a man thing.
What'd you do? I'm proud of you. What'd you do?
I went.
Did you do boy things?
I did do a boy thing. I went to the jazz game.
Wow.
Utah Jazz.
Why didn't you?
Girls like the jazz too.
Why didn't you invite your little dad?
Yeah.
Your little dad, the Tom Thumb of Utah Radio.
The Tom Thumb of Utah Radio. I would have gone with you.
Okay.
No.
Next time.
So anyway,
What made you decide to do that?
Because once a year, my mom gets her company tickets.
Ah. Okay.
oh, and is it a box?
It's not a box, but it's they're very good seats.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to, and I hadn't been since they remodeled the Viv.
The Viv.
It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of local restaurants are in there now.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of good food. So that was cool. They got cushioned seats now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
They got fancy seats.
Wow.
Did you go to Did you go with your mother?
Uh-huh.
Or was I?
I was leaving that out because I was doing a man thing, and I think it takes away.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But thanks for bringing that up.
As I like to refer to her as my ex-wife.
Right. You're 5'4"?
Your first wife.
Yes. My 5 foot tall ex-wife.
Yeah.
My current wife is 5'8" or 9 or something.
Yeah.
9 or 10.
So that was nice. I liked the comfy seats.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that was interesting, that some guys came and sat behind us, and guys my age, like in their early 30s, and said, I've never been to a professional sports game before. I thought, well, some people can't afford it. It's expensive.
Yeah.
And they said, really? Cool. Well, I'm glad you came with us tonight. And he said, I don't think I've ever really watched any before.
Any professional sports?
And they said, yeah. And they said, you have never watched, not even on TV. Nope, I've
like
never.
You happen to be at a Super Bowl party of some kind, and
I guess
on in the back.
How you missed
no?
that?
I don't know either. And at first I think, well, this guy, he's a guy like me.
Uh-huh.
But no, because the next sentence out of their mouth was, well, you know, Bob, there's more in the world than guns.
But usually your gun guys are sports guys.
Not if you're really into guns. I guess you just hang out in the shed and work on guns.
That's his sport.
He's deeply into guns.
Yeah.
That's his
He's
sport.
a gun nerd.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah, never even seen something on TV.
That's funny.
I can see never actually going live in person. I think there are a lot of people that haven't done that.
But I mean, how do you get through high school without?
Well, that wouldn't be professional.
Oh, professional.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're
So I would imagine he probably, even if he was just trying to flirt with cheerleaders, went to a
All right.
sports event in high school.
Professional. But again, how do you miss a Super Bowl? How do you?
Well, like
I suppose you do.
I'm trying to think how many. There was a time when I could say I hadn't ever been to a live professional sports game.
But watched it on.
But watched it on TV.
Surely.
Yeah.
Or listened. He just, I don't know. Anyway,
It was a very long time ago. I went to a Dodgers game. It was about 30 years ago.
yeah, I like a baseball game.
And I had a pretty good time there because I was with someone who could explain to me what was going on.
Right, you
Baseball
can
game,
drink,
you
it's
can
great.
almost forget you're at a baseball game.
That's why I
Yeah,
like them
that's
so much.
exactly it. Yeah.
You're just hanging out outside having a beer.
People who know more about sports than me, maybe quickly text in. If you know, it was last night at the Utah Jazz, like a family night, a discount night.
Why do you ask?
Families at the base get in free night. Or it was first off, it was very, very full.
Okay.
For a Tuesday night against the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah.
Or
well, I
whatever
think there are
they
a lot of Pelican fans out there. Too.
whatever it is. Because here's the thing, and this maybe it's just only in Salt Lake. I saw 8 babes in arms, babies that were not old enough to even walk.
Oh, they always have that there.
It's always baby night at the Jazz.
No, I mean that's not unusual.
That's not unusual.
No,
Oh,
it's,
okay. It wasn't
it's
like
weird.
family night.
I don't know why you would do that.
It's well.
But
Here's
that's
the thing.
that's not unusual.
At first, I thought, well, why would you bring a baby to? But then I started to see a couple of people. 2 of the 8 people in my area brought their little babies with big headphones on. Because I went,
The
You're
babies
right.
had headphones
The
on?
babies
Yeah.
had big, and I went, it is really loud in
Yeah.
here.
Oh, to protect their ears.
It is really
people
loud.
do that with concerts too. They'll take their.
I think most of the babies were listening to New Order.
Lionel says, I'm a 10-year season ticket holder,
Okay.
and it's pretty standard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Babes in arms.
So that means 6 of those babies were just in danger, right? I mean,
Yeah.
how?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why? Why would you bring your baby to a basketball game?
Well, because you've spent all your money on
the
tickets.
tickets,
and
yeah.
you can't afford a sitter.
Grandma.
That's got to be. That's what grandmas are for.
I mean,
you take grandma
I
with you to the
wouldn't.
game.
I wouldn't bring.
Yeah, because it's not even annoying to me like it would be in a movie where they scream
'cause
and
it's
cry
loud,
and run.
yeah.
Because who cares what they're doing? It's so loud. But it's just like dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like it's like taking it rock climbing. I don't know, like.
No, I
I
agree.
just thought that was weird. I bet you don't see that when you go to New Orleans to
I'm
their.
sure
to
when you
theirs.
see the one that bothers me is the tiny, like the fresh one.
Yeah.
Like days to weeks old baby that they take into this giant building with thousands of people where there's all these diseases.
Oh, I didn't even think of the germs.
Oh,
You mentioned rock climbing. One time I went rock climbing up in Idaho with some friends, and there was somebody up there rock climbing. Their baby was a little tiny fresh baby in a car carrier, down at the base of the cliff. So they put the baby down on the ground of the gate, then they climb. I think one of them was down, but bringing the baby rock climbing. I thought that was very odd.
Anyway, so that was my man thing last
Very
night.
manly.
And they played basketball at some point.
They lost, by the way.
This one.
I don't care.
Electronic.
Getting away. I love you more than you love me.
This is Bernard and the Pet Shop Boys lead singer.
I love
It's
you.
very
Neil Tennant.
smooth.
Neil Tennant. That's
Very
it.
smooth, nice sounding.
Just to get drunk on purpose.
I interviewed Neil Tennant years ago, and he was very smart and really, really nice.
Isn't he like a smarty pants?
Yeah,
Like he went to Oxford
college
or
or
something
something.
like that?
Yeah.
All right. All right, we'll take a very short break, like 3 minutes here, and be back with, boner fight, of course. But before that, bit of news.
All right.
Stand by.
John Smith kicks off a 1-hour non-stop music wingding at the conclusion of Radio from Hell on X96.
The scents of summer, barbecues, days at the beach, with your buddies, the smell of a man, a cologne that says,
I am a man. I am all man. I am very, very manly, dude.
Radio from Hell brand beer scented cologne. A little one-on-one b-ball at the playground, or working all day on your car in the hot, hot sun. A man wants to smell like a man. Radio from Hell brand beer scented cologne. Being a man is hot, sweaty work, and hot, sweaty work all goes better with beer.
Radio from Hell brand beer scented cologne. Now available in convenient 6-packs at Checker Auto Parts and on draft in kegs at Costco.
Coming soon. Radio from Hell brand Zima scented perfume for the ladies.
Let's see, it's 9:19. We got Boner Fight here in just a moment to determine who is Boner of the Day. But first, some news.
Okay.
I can't say a little bit.
An amount of news.
An amount of news.
Brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Gun Show happening January 6th and 7th at the Southtown Expo Center in Sandy. Rocky Mountain Gun Show offers something for every outdoor adventurer, gun enthusiast, and hunter. Go to RockyMountainGunShow.com for more details.
Numbers have been drawn for the $460 million Powerball lottery.
Did you get your tickets? Richie got his tickets. He didn't win, I guess.
The numbers have been drawn.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be here today.
No, that's Carrie. That's what you do. You go to work. You act
Pretend
normal.
like everything is normal.
Okay.
The winning
That's why
numbers.
I'm here today. Oh.
Powerball number was 12.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Mega Millions still though has not had a hit, and it's like 500 million now. Not that I keep track.
Let's see.
of these
Lottery
things.
players can also vie for another giant prize, as the Mega Millions game grand prize will be $418 million in Friday's drawing.
Richie has one of those too. So.
Now there was a woman who won $5 million. Mother of two won $5 million on a lottery ticket that she bought by mistake.
By mistake?
Mm-hmm. Spur of the moment lottery purchase landed a North Jersey mother of two a $5 million prize last week. Oksana Zarov was shopping in Manhattan when she decided to buy a $1 scratch-off ticket. The clerk handed her a $10 set for life ticket by mistake. When the clerk handed me the wrong ticket, I felt bad, so I decided to just go ahead and buy it, she said.
Okay.
So she didn't want it, but then...
I think you should give that clerk some money.
I'll do it. I actually used the ticket as a bookmark for a couple of weeks before I decided to scratch it. When she did get around to scratching it, Zarahoff at first didn't believe she'd won. I never win anything, she said. I was sure the ticket was fake. Now she will receive a minimum of a guaranteed $5 million over the course of 20 years, distributed over 19 payments of $260,000.
Oh, that's sweet.
Or $172,068 after taxes.
Could live very comfortably on that for 20 years. That's awesome.
So I guess when they say these Powerball numbers have been drawn, that means that they know that there are tickets out there that have been sold that correspond to those numbers.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that what they know that?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a sure thing as to whether any of them or all of them would be turned in, right?
Well, if somebody doesn't look at their ticket.
Is that how it works?
So depending on where you buy it, different states have different regulations as to how soon you have to come forth and claim it. Most are within a year.
But okay, so Richie, it says the numbers have been drawn for the $460 million Powerball jackpot. And
okay.
The numbers are 2, 18, 37, 39, 42, and the Powerball number 12. Mm-hmm. That means those numbers have been sold?
No, that means those numbers have been drawn, unless it says that there is a winner for those numbers. Mm-hmm. Then the pot will continue to increase and it'll get bigger, and then you'll start to get mayhem across the...
So people will start going and buy tickets in hopes that they'll get 2, 18, 37, 39, 42.
No, because you can pick your own numbers or you can have them randomly selected. But what'll happen now is if someone didn't match all of those numbers, and I don't think that they did, the pot then goes up.
Okay,
they pay out on some of those things. Like if you picked Powerball 12, but you didn't get any of the other
if you
numbers.
Have 4 of the 5
right,
or something.
You can get kind of a
they
booby
give you
prize.
Some of it. Huh.
I don't know, Richie. Jesus is pretty disappointed in you right now.
Well, here's the best.
All this knowledge.
No. Here's the best
this.
part, though. If you win the lottery as a Mormon person, you don't have to pay tithing on it because the church doesn't want your filthy lucre.
They don't want your filthy
You got to keep 100%.
Yeah.
Church is the reason we don't have a lottery here in Utah.
Oh, come on, Carrie.
Oh, it's the legislature, and you know that.
No, I know. Now you're going to tell me they control the liquor laws in this state, too.
You're just get right out of town.
Christian Bale, you know who that is?
Yeah, Batman.
Still has it. He says, I haven't seen Ben Affleck's Batman.
Well, why would he?
I haven't seen it.
He doesn't. There's no requirement.
He says, I haven't seen Ben Affleck's before. You would think as a collegiate thing to do.
No.
As a colleague, as a fellow actor.
Not at all.
You would go see it and then say,
Huey Lewis on the news?
And then say, you're not as good as I am.
You know, Christian Bale is not a nice person.
He's not.
He's just...
I have not seen Ben Affleck's Batman, he said during an interview on the set of Happy, Sad, Confused. Oh, it was on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast with MTV's Josh Horowitz. Yes, I'm interested in seeing it. My son seemed like he was interested, and then I realized he just wanted to see the trailer, and that was it. And, I tend to go see films that my kids want to see. All right.
It's so weird for me to see him interviewed.
Why?
To see Christian Bale?
Because he has a British accent. Because everything I've ever seen him in, he's had an American accent.
Yeah.
And then to see him speak with his British accent, it's unnerving to me.
I just think
so
he's
too.
not a nice person.
Oh, I'm sure he's a dick. Yeah. I mean, look, he killed Jared Leto.
Right.
You like Huey Lewis on the news? Okay. Their early work was a little too new wave for my taste.
I don't think he is a bad person. You're basing
I
it
didn't
all.
say a bad person.
Didn't he,
not a
didn't he
nice
hit his
person.
wife or something?
No. You're basing it all on that explosion he had on the set when he was playing the Batman.
Yeah.
He, apologized profusely for that, and people who know him say, I remember saying that was very out of character for him. And he did get into a spat with his wife's sister of some sort.
I don't know. I get a dick vibe from him, so.
Dick vibe.
Like this in the background. What the is it with you?
That's a dick vibe for you. Gina's getting a dick vibe.
Yeah. That's what that is, man. I'm telling you.
You like the Game of Thrones, right?
Yep.
I do.
Okay. You can get Game of Thrones postage stamps.
Is it only from characters that are dead?
The Royal Mail
should be
has issued a line of gorgeous Game of Thrones postage stamps. No, it's the Royal Mail. They can do what they want.
Yes.
That include 10 characters plus a few creatures for affixing to your mail. The lineup includes Daenerys Targaryen, Jon Snow, Tyrion Lannister, Jaime Lannister, Arya Stark, Cersei Lannister, Sansa Stark, Eddard, Olenna Tyrell, and Tywin Lannister. Those are the
no
ones you
Reek?
can get. No.
Gary wants a whole book of Reek
Yeah.
stamps.
Reek.
Yeah, these stamps stink.
It's my favorite Romney, by the way, Reek Romney. He's one of the Romney kids.
Let's see. And
The Powerball has not been won yet. It's over $500 million. It draws on Saturday. So, Bill, you're going.
Maybe you
serious.
drive to
You're
Idaho.
going
Yeah.
to Idaho.
Maybe you should while you're up there.
Well, I don't know. So I don't know what I should buy, though. I mean, I don't know. I just say
Ask our Mormon gambler.
I want
in
to
there.
buy a Powerball ticket.
Yeah.
Is that what you say?
He'll walk you through it. He'll coach you.
Okay.
All right.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, here we go. It's the winner from round one in the 8 o'clock hour, going up against round one in the 7 o'clock hour, going up against the.
You could just say round one and round two.
We work way too many hours.
Yes.
Anyway, round one, round two. The winner of round one, How Low Can You Go? That's a woman accused of pocketing the GoFundMe cash that was meant for the child of a coworker. And the woman was murdered.
Yeah.
And they started up a GoFundMe for her child.
Help the daughter.
And this woman pocketed the money instead. That's going up against the winner of round two, which is somebody could get hurt by those T-shirts. A couple of kids barred from wearing their Brothers in Arms T-shirts with a rifle design at Tooele High School. They weren't wearing. They're just friends who are going to join the Army together. That's Brothers in Arms. But the principal said, "I'm sorry, those shirts depict violence." So that's the winner of round two, and your candidate number two.
All right, here you go. You've got to decide which one of these two candidates is Boner of the Day. This is Boner Fight. 1 or 2, you pick it. Candidate 1 or 2. Put that number of the candidate that you think should win in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. That's one way to vote. You can also call 877-602-9696 or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Fight January 4 and decide who is Boner of the Day. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. Seriously, you've only got less than 3 minutes to get your vote in. Let's go.
It's one of the most hotly debated public lands issues of the past several decades. The reintroduction of the gray wolf into Yellowstone National Park. Now, a similar controversy is brewing in Utah's state capital. Tonight on PBS, Frontline looks at the movement to reintroduce penguins into Salt Lake City. As recently as 40 years ago, Magellanic penguins roamed free in the tree-lined neighborhoods of Salt Lake's Avenues district. The flightless birds had few natural enemies, and their huge flocks were a common sight. But unrestricted hunting, family pets turned predator, and encroaching civilization all took their toll on these funny, waddling creatures, and they eventually became extinct in Salt Lake City. Join Frontline correspondents as they talk to the old-timers who still remember what it was like when penguins walked the Avs.
Well, what I remember most was the mess. Now, there were some that thought the penguins was cute. That is until they lived up here and had to clean up all the poop.
Oh, I do miss 'em. I remember when I was just a little shaver. You'd fall asleep to the sounds of 'em making that weird call they do. It was kind of scary. And kind of romantic, too, when you think about it.
Frontline will talk to the people who want to bring the penguins back to Salt Lake and to those who oppose it.
The penguins were here as a natural part of the environment. The delicate ecosystem of the Avenues district, and of Capitol Hill for that matter, will remain out of balance until the penguins are brought back.
Well, most of us in law enforcement in Salt Lake are against reintroducing the penguin into the city. I mean, we've got our hands full already, what with the gangs and such. Besides, a pack of them little bastards killed my grandfather's brother years ago. You know, they say that penguins are shy and won't approach humans, but I know different.
Will the penguins return to Salt Lake City? It's an in-depth look at the entire issue tonight on Frontline.
Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi, Radio from Hell on X96.
All right. It is time to award Boner of the Day.
And Boner of the Day is brought to you by some leftover pork chops, a delicious salad, and a piece of fruitcake.
And visit x96.com to enter to win VIP credentials to the FIS Freestyle International Ski World Cup event January 10th through the 12th at Deer Valley Resort. Get all the details about FIS Freestyle at deervalley.com.
Boner candidate number 1, how low can you go? A woman who stole the GoFundMe money that was meant for the child of a coworker who had been murdered. And it was quite a lot of money, too. $68,000. Boner candidate number 2, somebody could get hurt by those T-shirts. A couple of kids were barred from wearing their Brothers in Arms T-shirts to school with rifle designs on the back. That was out at Tooele High School. The winner, Boner candidate number 1, how low can you go?
Mm-hmm. That's a deserved winner. Okay, that one goes on to contend to be Boner of the Week. on the way tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Oh,
Yeah,
tomorrow is Friday.
Yeah.
It's a short week, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Doesn't seem like it.
Seems long to me.
So I've got a little follow-up on the Powerball.
Hi, Richie.
This is Richard Thomas Stedman, our producer and lady-in-waiting to the Radio from Hell
I'm
show.
waiting. Whenever you say that, do you remember from the old Disney Robin Hood? It's the lady in waiting. I'm waiting. She's the big hen feather. Whenever you say lady in waiting, my mind immediately says that.
You're a big chicken.
Yeah, that's all.
A big hen. That's what you are.
Powerball follow-up. Apparently, I'm a winner from last night's Powerball.
What?
So I send my money with my friend Dave.
Mm-hmm.
He's helped me work on my house. He says he's going up to. He went to Evanston.
Is that not Cement Dave?
Yeah, it's Cement
Oh, it's
Dave.
Cement
Yep.
Dave.
He went up to Evanston
Mm-hmm.
and bought tickets, took my money, and he said, "No, you're a winner from last night."
How
and
much
I said,
did you win?
"Well, there's a group of us that put our
Oh.
money together, so we will be the people that you will see oddly mismatched if we ever win the $500 million." We won $8.
So
from
how do
last
you
night.
split $8?
Well, you split it 5 ways, so $1.66 a person.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, we hit the Powerball twice. So we had 12 as our Powerball on 2 different cards. But if you just hit the Powerball and nothing else, you get
not
$4.
much, yeah.
So I'm in for the next one apparently, because you can buy one that's just a round, and then you can buy one that's like the next 2 rounds. So I'm in for the next one and the Mega Millions.
And this is different from the scratcher.
Yes,
right?
completely different.
But you can also buy scratchers.
Yes.
But you're never going to win.
I've won like $10
That woman
before.
won $5 million with a scratcher.
Yeah.
You're never going to win.
Well,
$5 million.
you want the big money.
Yeah, you go big money, you got to pick the numbers, and people have the tradition of buying the same numbers every time.
How much do these tickets cost?
I think the cheapest buy-in that you can get, and I don't know this for sure, but I think the cheapest you can do to just get like one line is $3, $2, something like that.
Okay.
But then, like Richie said, you can do like 10 draws, like play these same numbers 10 times.
Right, or you can do 10 numbers in the same one, and then you can specifically pick them yourself, or have the computer just generate it for them, and some think that the computer is the way to go, and some people
I
think
think
that
it doesn't matter one way or the other.
Well,
There is no science to picking them.
Yeah, the odds are certainly against you, but it's fun to look at the numbers and look as they come up on the screen.
You know,
and go,
when on Chinese fortune cookies, there always used to be the fortune, and then on the other side, and I don't think they do it anymore. There were a bunch of numbers.
No, they're still there.
Are they?
Yeah.
And I.
These are your lucky numbers.
Yeah, for the longest time, I had no idea what that was for, and then finally somebody told me that's for people who play the lottery.
Yeah. Or there's some numerology in that stuff as well.
And the numbers racket. You can go. There are people you could go buy numbers from people and then play them.
Why do you need to do that?
Well, because they have special insight.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
it's like the raw water, Gina.
Yeah,
they have
all kinds of things I'm not buying
special
today.
insight.
It's $2 a draw. I just got a text.
You getting a dick vibe from that?
Yeah. So when I walk in the room, Gina, do you get a dick vibe?
You get HR on the phone.
So,
they're listening.
Well, good luck.
Well,
thank
you failed at something? What
So,
did you fail at?
So I am a side entrepreneur in my DJ business, and I now have a website. Best DJ in Utah.
How do you know you're the best DJ in Utah?
So that's the tagline. Hire me and find out.
Find out that I'm the best
Yeah,
DJ.
you can
in
find
Utah.
out that I'm the best.
Best
So wedding-
DJ in Utah.com.
I don't know. That's a bold statement.
And there are several people who are in the industry who are like, okay,
yeah,
really, you had to,
yeah.
And I'm like, it is a marketing thing. I am great, but I don't know that I am the best.
Well, you just called yourself the best.
Well, no, it's very tongue in cheek.
You wanted the best, you got the best.
So I have been doing some social media advertising. Now, here is an interesting thing about when you advertise with like Facebook. I can pinpoint it down for you, Carrie. I could be like, I want people who like Haster Games and Comics, their Facebook page. I can target just those specific people and the people who live in your zip code. I can get that specific. Yeah. So I had a message from someone last night who was like, Richie, I just barely announced that I'm getting engaged. How did you know that was happening? And I was like, well, Facebook has this algorithm and thing. That's not the fail. So I have this website.
and I've also been advertising the website quite a bit as well, but had not received any sort of leads from the website, only from Facebook. And I was like, well, maybe, no one's going to the website or anything like that. So I decided to do the thing that we often do too, which is once you decide to use it, figure out if it works. So I tried to submit a form to myself, and then I was waiting for the forwarded email that would come.
Yeah,
never.
And I kept waiting for the forwarded email that would come, and I'm like, oh, okay, so something's obviously not working.
You've done it wrong.
So there, I go into my website and find that there is just like this holding pot of all these people who had tried to contact me, and this isn't just, in the last week or so. This is for a while. I've had this website.
Interestingly enough, they're all inmates at the Utah State Prison, but that's another.
You may be the best DJ, but you're not the best at getting back to me.
But no. I just didn't know that they were there.
But
I didn't
they don't know that.
Well, so
they
I
think
have
you've ignored them.
So I have sent them all emails and said, hey, apologies. I know your event is passed, or in some cases it hasn't. But it was just this thing where I was staring at it, and it was like 20 different contacts of people just going, this is thousands of dollars that I missed out on, potentially, on doing these things.
Because you know what I never do? Hire somebody that doesn't get back to me.
Right.
Carrie does this too.
I generally end up hiring the first person who gets back to me.
Right.
You want a handyman who, will do your sprinklers or do something around the house.
Right.
And you'll contact 3 or 4 people, and maybe they'll contact you once, but then they never show up.
Nope.
Right.
Or they don't contact you at all.
You are dead to me at that point.
Yep.
No, Carrie knows I'm really good at being persistent and, as he would call it, annoying.
That's
so
the
that's
word
not the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just as I opened it up last night and figured out that was what was wrong, I just was like, great.
All right.
Great.
And his keys were in the algorithm the entire
There they were.
blocking things up.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back. Got to tell you about the Advocates, UtahAdvocates.com. If you've been hurt by the best DJ in Utah,
yes, please, you
maybe
might have a claim.
some equipment fell on you,
Yeah.
or
what makes the Advocates so great? They are very caring people. It's a very small law firm, Driggs, Bills and Day. I'm not sure how many attorneys are, like 6 or 8 or something
But
like that.
you're not a number.
Yeah,
you're a person.
They
to
handle
them.
it personally. That's what's great. And they treat you like a person, and they will return your phone calls. They will get back to you. They know how the algorithms work, and so
No, but there are law firms that's one of the complaints that their clients have is like, I'd call and they never called me back.
Yeah.
The Advocates have close relationships with a lot of auto body shops and mechanics. So if you've been hurt in an accident, your car is wrecked up, they can help you with that, help you get a car. And the thing is, they don't charge you any money unless they get you a settlement. So call them. It's free to do it. 801-355-5550. If you've been hurt in an accident, you want to go to UtahAdvocates.com.
Attention, Utah residents. It's time again for the Radio from Hell Film Festival.
It's simple, easy, fun, and you could win $1,000.
Follow these 4 simple guidelines.
Include a flag of the United States of America in your film.
Include the phrase, in your area.
Make your film 5 minutes or less.
Less. Turn your film in by February 12th at 5 p.m.
Complete contest rules are available at x96.com. Make your film and win $1,000 from Radio from Hell, the Radio from Hell Film Festival on X96.
X96.
All right, 9:47.
I got good news for you, Bill.
What's the good news?
Well, it's fashion news.
Oh.
Good fashion news for you.
Yes?
You know who Armie Hammer is?
Yeah, sure. He was Spider-Man.
No.
No.
He was the Lone Ranger.
Wasn't he wasn't he in the Spider-Man movie?
No.
No. It's all right.
I think he's nominated for something, or people say he's going to be nominated
it's that
for
movie, Call Me by Your Name.
Yeah.
He's Spider-Man in that.
I don't think he's Spider-Man in anything.
Spider-Man movie.
There's no Spider-Man. He's a very good-looking man.
Wasn't he a superhero of some sort?
Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger.
Only the Lone Ranger?
Yeah.
You want Armie Hammer?
He
to
was
be-
also a man from Uncle.
Was he in The Social Network?
Yeah,
he was. He played the Winklevoss twins.
No.
Oh, was he the Winklevoss?
I think he was the
twins?
Winklevoss.
That's not a superhero.
He was in the Social Network with Andrew Garfield, who was Spider-Man.
That's
that's
why.
where I'm
So
getting it
there is
confused.
There's a little link there.
That's why I'm getting it
Tenuous
confused. I do get him mixed up with Andrew Garfield. What's the wonderful fashion news?
Well, there's a picture of him in Vanity Fair, Bill.
Yeah.
With denim on denim. You can see it actually at x96.com/live.
What?
Handsome man, denim on denim. Vanity Fair
That's not
always
Armie
has.
Hammer.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Vanity
I thought
Fair.
that was Andrew Garfield.
No. They always have the very fashion forward people
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
there. And he's also playing a gay man in his latest movie. So that's even more fashion cred there.
That's even more good news.
And he's denim on denim. And I know how you historically have
Gina,
tried to pull off denim
I
on
think
denim.
you saw me wearing a chambray shirt and Levi's one time, once, and you went on and on and on about, Miss, I bought a blouse with an anchor on it.
One time.
Oh, I've seen you wear others.
One time.
I've seen you wear other stuff.
And you wore the denim on denim more than once.
And I always maintained there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
I disagree.
But Carrie, can you look at that picture?
Well,
of
but I'm looking
that's
at
a good-looking man.
I'm
right?
looking at a picture of a good-looking Armie Hammer.
Yeah.
You know, he could wear, as we used to say, a potato sack, and he would look great.
So you're not
So
willing.
no, because I point to Jay Leno as my first bit of evidence in this trial, Your Honor.
Denim shirt, denim pants.
Denim on denim.
Jay looks great in that. Was he? He was a Spider-Man, wasn't he? No. Jay Leno.
Hey, you about my Spider-Man movie? Yeah, I was Spider-Man. I was also a run-up to play Thor. I was almost Thor.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
He could do Thanos with the chin.
I could be Thanos with my chin. You wouldn't need a prosthetic.
So who was Armie Hammer was the Winklevoss twins?
Yes.
Okay.
You may be confusing it because he was Armie Hammer was a runner-up for Thor. He was almost Thor until Joss Whedon called and said, "You ought to look at this Chris Hemsworth."
He
fella."
was slightly Thor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth and Thor, one of the best comedic performances.
Oh,
That
Thor
mo-
in Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Oh God, it's just hilarious.
Well, and Tom Hiddleston in that.
They're all good.
Very, very funny.
And it's a funny movie.
I heard now Wonder Woman's in that, right?
No, Jay Leno.
Oh, no, in the I'm thinking of the other one, the
Justice League?
Justice League
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
So I heard a criticism of that.
Justice League?
Yeah.
Probably several.
Because it's but it was focused on Wonder Woman. I forget who the critic was. Wonder Woman was terrific. A terrific movie. It was beautifully directed and well handled. And in the Justice League movie, there's a camera shot where they focus on her ass. Which is totally wrong.
It's directed by a man.
Yeah.
Not
Justice
only
League was
that,
directed by a man.
The Amazons, they changed their costume.
Zack Snyder.
They had bare midriff.
Yep.
Which is you're a warrior, so of course you expose the most vulnerable part.
You calling for accuracy in this kind of crap? Come on.
There should be
Really?
accuracy if in the previous movie.
Okay, Amazons only had one breast in the mythology. Why don't you do that? Huh? So they could use their bows better. They would actually self-mutilate in the Greek mythology.
Well, that doesn't.
Why don't if you want accuracy, go for that.
I'm just saying accurate as far as the source movie.
But I do agree with you that that's a sort of a sexist.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's dumb. You're right. It is dumb.
But you and Armie Hammer.
Okay.
Denim on denim.
I'm in
right
a-
ahead.
I respectfully disagree.
I don't think I could afford.
Hear about that?
Yeah, that's probably. I bet that's a $700.
Yeah.
Denim on denim outfit.
That looks like
I would
a name brand.
I could get my weight down to that, but
Not your height.
but not no. Well,
Couldn't
I
get
don't
your
know.
height up to it.
How
How tall is Army
Look
Hammer?
up and
Tall
see.
as Army
Let's
Hammer.
see.
Look.
He could be.
Let's
he
find
could be the-
celebrities.
He could be the Tom Thumb of.
He could be. Let's find celebrities that are the same height as Bill.
Oh no, he's a good foot taller than you.
Oh, okay.
He's a 6'5".
You know, you should see that Man from U.N.C.L. movie that he was in. It was really quite good.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
Mm-hmm. It's got Superman in it.
Oh, not as Superman.
Not as
Henry
Superman.
Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Furry-chested Superman is in it.
And quickly before we do the promo, I've had this in my queue all day. Let's see. I think this is meant to be anonymous, but it was a donation of $100 made to the road home. Did you see this on
No.
your behalf, Gina?
On Gina's behalf.
Yeah, and this is an official.
Is this a Beat Gina contestant?
No.
Probably.
Anyway, I bet it is.
Mm-hmm.
It just says, on behalf of the road home and the hundreds of people we help each day, we would like to inform you of a generous donation made in Gina Tea Kettle Barberry's honor. Oh, here by Michael Woodward.
Oh, Michael.
Oh, nice.
This gift directly supports programs and services for people experiencing homelessness in our community, and it's signed by Matt Minkovich. So Michael, I guess, was just confirming. He said, "I told you I would do this," and
that's
and
nice.
I have, and here it is. So
Oh,
way to go, Michael.
We have a list of 5'4" actors.
Tom Cruise.
We're also receiving word that, according to Snopes, that it's false about the Amazons cutting off one of their boobs.
Well, I mean, it's a mythology. I mean, it's not.
I don't know.
Bill Seth Green,
Oh, yeah,
Michael
he's
J.
tiny.
Fox,
Yeah, tiny.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Now, but these are 5'4" actors, so I tower over them by a
You
good
do.
inch.
You got the height on them.
Yeah,
Elijah Wood.
I'm taller than them.
Better not stand in Elijah Wood. You better not
Move
stand.
out of the way, Hobbit.
Yep.
Aziz Ansari.
No.
He's a teeny guy. Yeah.
Martin Freeman.
Mr. Frodo.
Get out of the way, Frodo. Let me through. I'm 5'5".
Ken Jeong.
Dr. Ken?
Dr. Ken.
Yeah.
There you go, Bill.
Right.
You're in good company. Or you're in company.
You know,
You're
again,
in company.
Again, I don't care about my height at all. I haven't for years.
All right. Should we do the promo?
Yeah.
On Friday's Radio from Hell show.
Well, at 7 o'clock, it's the question of the week. I'm picking it. It'll be extra, so submit yours to radiofromhell@x96.com.
At 7:45, it's the X poll. Our question: what you going to do in 2018? I mean, not necessarily resolutions, but tell us the thing you're looking forward to do or something different in 2018.
And sometime in the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to give away tickets to the FIS Freestyle at Deer Valley. It's a $900 value.
That's all on Friday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Good enough?
I've got to go do some stuff. I got to sit under my desk. It's too tall for me.
Can we get you one of those standing desks?
Yeah.
Should we get you one of those?
I don't think you can get one that's low enough, though.
I think we can adjust them.
All right. Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Hey, dudes.
John Smith.
How's it going?
Good.
I am not the best DJ in Utah.
You're not.
No.
You don't have the website.
No. Well, and
Websites don't lie.
That's how you know.
I think maybe I'll get the website that's not the best DJ in Utah.com.
I bet you could.
That's what you call counter programming. And I'm sure you could live up to that.
Bottom of the barrel, right there.
How about the worst DJ in Utah?
No,
that's not you.
No.
You could steal some of his hype and make it bestest DJ in Utah, because then you count on someone.
I'm really not that good.
The greatest.
How about affordable? Are you an affordable? No.
The most affordable?
Goodness, no.
I think we have the best DJ in Utah in this building.
The most overpriced DJ.
E-Rock.
Eracalypse. He is.
I don't think he's available for weddings, though.
No, he does. Yeah, he does.
Does he do weddings?
He's mad talented.
He's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I just sit and watch him. It's just amazing.
So Jarvis, our promotions
Jarvis is good
director,
too.
is a
Yes.
DJ.
Yes.
We're lousy with DJs.
Lousy.
You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a DJ.
I want to know what I was trying to figure out is when did everybody start going by DJ Thunderpants and not MC Thunderpants? Like for a while, everybody was like MC Hammer,
I think
MC 900 Foot Jesus,
there's
MC Flash.
There's a difference. There's a big difference there.
And then all of a
between
sudden
an
it was
MC
like
and a DJ.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and DJ.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an MC.
And I don't think you can
but I
compare
don't
what
DJ.
E-Rock and Jarvis do to what you and
No,
Richie
not
do.
even close. No.
It's not the same DJing.
DJing.
No. You need somebody to play Don't Stop Believing at your wedding?
You're
the guy.
You call us. We'll take care of it.
All right. Are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Everything okay?
Just now I got Don't Stop Believing in my head, and I hate that song.
Well, you should listen to the wing ding. There'll be something there that'll
Tell
get
you
you
what,
out of it.
you give me $100 an hour, I'll come to your house.
Okay.
I'll play it for you.
Okay.
Get that earworm right out of there.
Okay.
Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
I'm getting a dick vibe.
John Smith is next.
Please keep listening.
A 1 hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.